panicking. Don't panic. No, I am, because I'm going to lose my job.
A stitch up. It was a stitch up.
Shit! When I lose the small side of games, I'm upset. Because that's the fucking standard. When I don't see a team that wants to play in the Champions League. You want to play in the Champions League? Play the Champions League. And the same to you and everybody. And everybody that comes on the bench to contribute, to help. We were so hard to be here, and we give it away. The good thing we have 45 minutes.
Do you think the best team lost this time?
I think so, yeah. Especially for 160 minutes. I'm saying that, and they are saying that because they just told me that.
Who did the PSG bench?
Yeah.
Mikel, oh, boss, that game against Bournemouth was crazy. The last-minute goal, we were nuts. Though some people say every time we win a game, we celebrate like we won the league. We don't over-celebrate, do we, boss?
Oh, no. No, Martin Odegaard. I don't think so.
Welcome back, familiar to Northside LDN. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Big up to the ops as well. You know what I'm saying? Got to big up the ops as well. You know what I'm saying? I know they're upset right now. You know what I mean? They were waiting for our demise. I didn't even believe, but listen, by hook or by crook, we got the 3 points today. By hook or by crook, it was a game we had to win. We had to win. Let's just keep it real. We started off the game really well. I think the first 30, 35 minutes we played really, really well. The way that we were pressing Newcastle back, Trossard had numerous opportunities as well to score. Gyökeres was getting involved in the game as well. He had opportunities. Eze was playing really good passes through the middle as well, controlling the tempo. I think we were really, really good. Saka looked dangerous, really dangerous for 30, 35 minutes. We were the team that was on top. And even defensively, we were calm. We were just pressing Newcastle back. They had nothing to offer. And yeah, I can't lie. Listen, that first 35 minutes was really good. Then after that, soon as we conceded that goal, the performance went down. We started playing within ourselves. There was no urgency. We were spamming crosses into absolutely nobody. It looked like there was no patterns of play. Most of the time was whipping in crosses. It was going to Timber or going to Gabriel and players like that instead of going to Gyökeres. Gyökeres was struggling to get into the game. But you know what? We scored and we scored the goals to get over the line. And listen, ultimately, you could look at the game. I'm just going to keep it real. Look, we had to win this game, innit? We had to win this game. Liverpool dropping points. Man United obviously dropping points. Multiple teams dropping points. Chelsea dropping points. We had to win the game. Now, if you're going to ask me, was it for 90 minutes a great performance? No, I think Mikel got it right in the setup in the first half. But as soon as we conceded that goal, it just went negative. It went real negative. It was frustrating, but we got the win, and we needed to get the win. We're 2 points behind Liverpool, and that is what we needed to do to continue the pressure. A lot of questions were being asked by Arsenal. Let's be real. I always keep it honest on this channel. It was normally last season, Liverpool dropped points. We don't capitalize. You know, there's seasons prior where Man City have dropped points. We don't capitalize. Today, we've capitalized. Do you know what I mean? On these teams dropping points this weekend. I know Man City won 5-1 against Burnley, but Liverpool, you know, are title contenders. Well, I still got them as winning the league. But at the end of the day, I can always be proven wrong. All I need to see is factually see something different. And today, it wasn't pretty. I don't think we scored the goals when we was playing our best football. I think our best football was at the start of the game, but ultimately we got the goals. We got the goals. Goals win games, and this is why when people say, "Oh, you need to control the game and be defensive," no, goals win games. You need to score goals to win games and get the 3 points. It is what it is. Like I said, I don't think this performance today was amazing. I think Nick Pope was absolutely incredible in goal. I think Eze could have easily had a brace. If Nick Pope wasn't on it, let's be real, he was really, really good. I think that was their man of the match, their goalkeeper, Nick Pope. Some really top saves from that goalkeeper today. But yeah, I mean, even from the first minute, Timber would have crossed to Eze. The shot got saved. Yeah, I'm saying, like, great shot by Eze. One thing I really liked about Eze today is every single time he got into dangerous positions and dangerous areas, he took the shot. He released the ball. He didn't just hold on to it. He was actually linking Gyökeres into the game, which is what we've been asking Odegaard to do. I think Eze did that well today. A lot of opportunities. He saw runs from Gyökeres. He played him through. I actually thought Gyökeres was absolutely uma merda today. I think he was poor. And I've been giving Gyökeres the benefit of the doubt. But I got to be real, bro. Like, you're getting barged on the floor by centre backs. You're not holding the ball up properly. Every time you run, like, there was opportunities by Gyökeres where he could have just hit it first time in the box. He's taking an extra touch. There's other opportunity. There was about 2 opportunities. There was a cross that came in as well, and instead of smacking it first time, he's trying to set up a touch and then smack it. And it's like, bro, this is the Premier League. It's not the Portuguese league. You don't have the time. Just grasp the ball. Rebenta the ball and just hit it first time. You don't have the time and space you have in Portugal. And I think that's something that Gyökeres needs to learn. You don't have that time. Centre backs here are a lot faster. You know what I mean? Midfielders are a lot more physical. Defenders are going to close you down, do the dark arts. That's something that Gyökeres needs to improve. He has been very poor. I can defend him when he's not receiving the ball. The problem is receiving the ball in dangerous areas today against Newcastle, and he wasn't good enough, bro. He wasn't good enough. And this is the thing, like, even if I like a player, if you're not performing, I'm gonna have to call it up. Every time Gyökeres receives the ball from deep, he looks clumsy. Every time he's in front of goal, he takes way too long to make a decision, and most of the time he makes a decision, it's the wrong one. He takes a touch when he should shoot. He shoots when he should take a touch and try to lose the defender. There was another one where he tried to cut it back and try to spin the defender to then lay it off for the shot. But then it's like, he just moves too slow. And listen, if that's not Gyökeres' game, that's completely that's fine. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, Aubameyang, even though I still think Aubameyang's technically better than Gyökeres, his technical game wasn't his number one attribute as a footballer. It was his goal scoring. So at the end of the day, let's just give Gyökeres the ball in the box. But when he gets the chances, the opportunities he had today in the box, you need to take those opportunities. You need to release the ball. You need to release the handbrake, and you need to make those decisions a lot faster. That's what he needs to be doing. So that was my analysis of Gyökeres today. But listen, I'm happy with the result. The overall performance, there's parts of it that I like, parts of the game I didn't like, parts of the game I did not like. But it is what it is. Eze to Gyökeres, with the goalkeeper absolutely takes out Gyökeres. And this is the thing. There was decisions that went for us, decisions that went against us. I think overall in the game, it kind of balanced out. I do think at the end, we could have got a penalty by Gabriel. Well, a penalty against us. Gabriel's very, very lucky to not have been given a penalty against us for that slide tackle with his arm all the way up here. That should have been a pen. I also do think that we should have got a pen. But it is what it is. Do you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I think overall it balanced out in the game in terms of decision making. I think VAR and the referee were absolutely horrendous today. Absolutely horrendous. Do you know what I'm saying? There was a shot by Martinelli, and the defender just whacks his arm out like that, smacks his arm, not given as a penalty. Like I'm saying, I wouldn't have used it as an excuse if we didn't get the points. But there have been some decisions that I thought, nah, what is going on there? What is going on there? Do you know what I mean? Gyökeres, to me, that was a clear and obvious penalty. I'm just going to keep it honest. But this is the thing. I'm not going to use the penalties or the decisions as an excuse, whether we win or we lose. We still have to go out there and get the job done. And today proves when you have the intent to go out and get the 3 points and play some attacking football, yeah, you, regardless of the referee or VAR, you can still go out there and get the 3 points. Today, we could have drawn the game. We could have lost the game with the type of decisions that went against us today. But there were decisions that went against Newcastle. Like I said, they should have got a penalty. Gabriel did handball it with that slide tackle. So this is what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, this is what I'm saying. But let's continue. Saka, counter-attack to Trossard. Shot hits the post. Could have been a bit more composure by Trossard. I actually thought Trossard was decent today. I actually think Trossard had a decent game, but he could have had a lot more composure in front of goal. But it is what it is. I do think Trossard could have had a bit more composure. I think in the first 30 minutes, though, he played really, really well. On the counter-attack in transition, I think he did really, really well. With a lot of shots that he had and opportunities that he had and being in dangerous positions in the box. Saka with a shot that went straight to the goalkeeper. I think he could have done a bit better. Saka played really, really well. Probably arguably our best player today. Like, he was on it, taking players out. Like, his crossing was good, his passing was good. He was always on the counter attack, making the right runs. I think Saka had a good game today. Obviously, he came off. It looked like he came off because of maybe fatigue, coming back from an injury, possibly because of that. Newcastle, obviously, from nothing, we were completely dominating the game 35 minutes. Newcastle, from a corner, whips it in, and they header it. And for me, I'm sorry, Gabriel, that was a disgrace, bro. That was a disgrace for you not even to jump for it and to just allow the Newcastle player just to tower over you and smack it in the back of the net. That was a disgrace, bro. I'm just gonna be honest. That was disgraceful defending from Gabriel. That was all Gabriel's fault. Do you know what I'm saying? Didn't win your aerial duel, but it is what it is. 1-0, go in at halftime. And this is when we just not started playing within ourselves. We weren't playing that well. Zubamendi with a chip in the box to Timber. He heads it, and Nick Pope saves it. That was a very good save by Nick Pope. Once again, why is Zubamendi chipping it in the box and Timber's in the end of it? Where's Gyökeres? Those are the moments you want to see Gyökeres there. I know people say he's not a great header of the ball, but that's our centre forward. Why is Timber in the same position as our centre forward? It's one of those ones. Gyökeres needs to be doing more. He needs to be doing more in this team. I can't lie. Eze with the through ball to Gyökeres in the box, and he absolutely has an absolute dead shot that goes wide. Like, zero composure from Gyökeres today, man. That really, really poor today, because he had service today. Eze was giving him service. Trossard was trying to bring him in the game. Saka was trying to look for him. There was service today for Gyökeres today. There was multiple opportunities he had in the box, and he just didn't make them count. He didn't make them count. Very poor. But Declan Rice with a cross in the box. Moreno with a header. Very good header by Moreno today. Very good header by Moreno today. The way he took that, very good header, bro. Nick Pope couldn't even move for it. You know what I'm saying? Off the post, in 1-1. Very good cross by Declan Rice. And listen, when it comes to crossing, yeah, Declan Rice is actually we already know he's the best crosser at the club at Arsenal right now. Gabriel with a slide tackle in the box, like I said, with his arm up in the air. That should have been a pen. Martinelli with a shot in the box. Bruno G with a handball. That should have been given as a pen. But, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Eze with another through ball to Gyökeres in the box. Another dead shot by Gyökeres. Yeah, it was just overall, it was just poor, man. It was just poor. Do you know what I mean? It was just poor from Gyökeres, I can't lie. And then the cross in the box, Gabriel with the header, and we take it away. Do you know what I'm saying? We take it away. But listen, I'm just happy that we got the win. I'm just happy we got the points. I know all the ops have been waiting, you know what I'm saying, anticipating, and I'm just happy that we got the points. Let me put the link out. Like I said, I still want the performances to change. I still want to see 90-minute worth of performances of what I see for 30 minutes. But do you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It is what it is. The link is there. I pinned it. Yes, I pinned it. What a win. Listen, it is what it is, man. In dramatic 4 minutes, you know what I'm saying? Extra time, getting the win, getting over the line, obviously, you know what I'm saying? But overall, like, after we conceded, I didn't feel like we was playing good football. I really don't. I know we always have the ability to score goals from set pieces and from crosses, whipping in crosses into the box, but our overall performance wasn't great after that. It wasn't great. I hope Arteta comes from this game and realizes that Eze in the 10, he just brings way more than what Odegaard brings in the 10, or one of his DMs bring in the 10. More direct, a lot more through balls, releasing, you know, actually getting Gyökeres involved in the game, and himself, like Eze, every time he had space, every time he had an opportunity, he takes a shot. He doesn't take a billion touches. It doesn't take forever. I mean, big up to Hooks as well for the raid. I saw Hooks raided. Big up to everyone that's joined in from Hooks. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. What's this? What's man saying? Newcastle should have had 2-3 pens, hands down. Refs are helping you lot. This is the thing, isn't it? Like, with this fan base, they're celebrating today, but they're not going to conveniently talk about the referee and things that should have went against us. You know what I mean? Well, I'll keep it real. They should have had a penalty. They should have had a penalty. It is what it is. The referees are only an issue when Arsenal don't win. When we win, this fan base never want to talk about it. Listen, we take the win. We take the win, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It is what it is. You can tell Saka ain't 100%. That left-hand side still needs a lot of work. Yeah, I agree. I do think the left-hand side still needs some work. I agree. I do agree. To be honest, I thought we deserved the win today, even though I would still sack Lego ahead. Bro, I think we were the better team. I don't think Newcastle was all that. There was one time where Murphy hit us on the counter attack and Declan Rice got back, slide tackle and won the ball back. That was the one time they really caught us off guard, apart from obviously the goal that we conceded. I didn't think they did a lot. I really don't think Newcastle did a lot to really catch us out. I think they only caught us out really once, and that Murphy one, Declan Rice did really well to recover, to get back, and a good last-ditch tackle to get the ball off of Murphy. So other than that, I don't remember Newcastle doing anything really to really trouble us. So we definitely deserved the 3 points in terms of we were the better team. 100%. I'll listen. I hear that, but I don't think after the 35th minute, I don't think that we were that great after that. After we conceded the goal, I don't feel like we were that great. You know what I mean? But we were still better than them, but we wasn't great. I'm still not giving up on Gyökeres. I hear it. Saka is coming from an injury. He will be okay. Yeah. We'll see, man. We'll see. Do you know what I'm saying? We will see. Big up to everyone that is locked in. Keep smashing the like. There's 419 people in the building, only 92 likes. Smash the likes, man. You know what I mean? Smash the like. Zubimendi was poor. Much change when Livramento went off injured. What was saying here? It is what it is. It is what it is. Which one? You're smoking food, Northside. How was that a pen? Which one? Because there was a couple of decisions that should have been a pen. Yeah, I'm saying Bruno G. That to me, that was a pen. That was a pen. How are you turning around your hands like that? How are you turning around in your hands like that? Nah, bro, that's a pen. But then at the same time, Gabriel sliding on the floor, going like that, with his arm all the way up like that, going in for a slide tackle with his arm all the way like that. That ain't a natural position. That to me is a pen as well. So I don't know which one you're talking about. I'll be real. Do you know what I'm saying? There was a couple of penalties that weren't given. Yeah, I mean the Gyökeres one, that was a pen as well. Do you know what I mean? That was one as well. So there was a couple of pens that should have been handed out today. I can't even lie. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is, bro. Couldn't watch the game, but I'm satisfied with the result. We always struggle there. We do, bro. We do struggle there. You know what I mean? We do. He's been poor for the last few games, to be honest. Yeah, but the thing is, Gyökeres wasn't getting service before. Now he's getting service, and we're seeing the same dusty performance from him. Yeah, and that now I can't defend him. Do you know what I'm saying? Now I can't defend him, and I won't defend him. What are you saying, Johnny, bro? You good?
Yeah, happy with the result. Massive 3 points, especially since Liverpool lost. But I mean, the one thing I will say is I think Newcastle was their own worst enemy. I thought Anthony Gordon had one of his worst games I've ever seen him play today. He was non-existent, couldn't dribble at all. And I think Newcastle, the first 35, 40 minutes, wasted a lot of possession when they did get it to try to attack us, because I thought we were looking suspect. It's amazing. Once we decide to play attacking football, we actually look like a really good team. It's amazing when we don't try to play this pragmatic crap that we actually are a competent team and can go forward. I agree with you. Odegaard should never start for this team again after the way Eze was playing today. After the way he played today, there's no reason why Eze shouldn't be the starter for the rest of the season in that position. And to be honest with you, I think we need to consider switching the formation, or at least going back to where these guys aren't touchline wingers anymore, because Trossard at least being in the middle, granted he didn't do much today, but he's bringing more attention. He's causing a lot more chaos in the middle of the park, to where we're getting opportunities where the midfielders can shoot or find through passes. 2 weeks ago, we weren't getting any through balls the way Eze was playing through the middle and even getting Gyökeres involved. So for me, I think maybe go 4-4-2, like a diamond midfield, maybe drop Trossard to the bench and just go Eze. And I think Saka should be playing closer to the net as well. I think his pace has been affected by that hamstring injury. And I think we just need to put him closer to the center to get some shots off so he can start contributing more to the team. But overall, thank God we pulled this out, because had we lost this game and not gained any momentum on Liverpool, it would have been a problem.
Nah, I hear that, man. I agree, bro. How many times are we saying, yeah, that this team was initially built to be an attacking team?
Yep.
It wasn't built to be a defensive minded team. And to be honest, yeah, I will give Arteta some props. I do think the way he set us up was good. Like Eze through the middle, getting Gyökeres into the game, Saka trying to get into the game. Yeah, Trossard as well, getting into some good areas as well. We had the shot that hit the post. We had our intent. We showed our intent from the start of the game, and that was to win the game. And that is what we've been criticizing him for. And this is the thing. Like, if he does something that's good, then cool. I don't know what he said at halftime, but it just seemed like the intensity just dropped so much in the second half. And yeah, cool. Like we always said, look, we are going to score goals from set pieces because we're one of the best at scoring goals from set pieces. But at the same time, we always said that, yo, you can't consistently get, you're not always going to get the goals needed by relying solely on set pieces. That is the only thing. We can't solely rely on that. And we should have scored when we was on top for 30, 35 minutes. Today, it's fine. You know what I'm saying? And today, I am happy. But at the same time, let's not forget that relying on set pieces didn't work against Liverpool. Relying on set pieces didn't work against Man City. So it's not a consistent way. How we started for 35 minutes, we want to continue playing like that. And then at the end, if you want to shut up shop, then you can. We've already said we've got players that can come off the bench that can do that. You've got your Norgards or Morenos or whoever you want to. Do you know what I mean? And right now, I can't lie. Moreno's showing up Gyökeres, showing him up. He's showing him. I know he's been in less time, but he's not even a striker, so it kind of balances it out. He's not a striker, and he's showing to be more effective than Gyökeres at the moment. I feel Gyökeres was poor today, bro.
100%, 100% he was. But I mean, I'm still going to give Gyökeres a little bit more time before I start really to not give him the benefit of the doubt anymore, because the way that I think we can play, if we short up Trossard on the left, Saka on the right, or whoever you want, and you push Eze a little bit further forward, I think then we can get him more into the game. The other problem is, though, too, is we need to get better at keeping the ball on the ground. We play way too many balls in the air to try to settle. There were so many opportunities where we tried passing through the air, where we gave the time that Newcastle needed to reset up the defense when we were in attack in some points. And I think that's part of the problem as well. We need to keep the ball on the ground more and utilize that capability. Because here, the ball in the game against City, when Trossard laid it off for Gyökeres to go and get the ball, we were able to create a chance for that. I think it was like sometime in the second half when he was able to do that. We didn't do that at all. Why are we not utilizing Gyökeres' pace against that back line of Newcastle? None of them can keep up with him. We should have been feeding him right at the halfway line so that he has all the space in the world to run into to create havoc for them. I just think that we need to get the left wing and the right wing and the number 8, that's the more number 10, all closer to him, so that we'll be able to get him more opportunities than what it is right now. I think that's still the issue with him. I think we're still way too used to playing with a false 9 rather than a true striker.
I hear that. I hear that. What are you saying, bro?
Oh man, I was in battle right now. Yeah, while you was chilling, I was in battle. You get me? Like with some top units, they're out. It's Halloween. The monsters are out. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like they're all like, we're gonna win the league kind of vibe. You know what I'm saying? It's madness. It is really madness. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's what I've been doing, North. You get me? That's what I was doing for the past 1 hour, 1.5 hours or something like that. You get me? Just telling them that, in my opinion, it's a win, but it's kind of like you being sick and taking a painkiller, North. You know what I'm saying? You're just patching. You know what I'm saying? You're papering over the cracks. That's what I can see. Get me? Paper over the cracks, North. Same football, same style, same style of play. You know what I'm saying? Who's my man? Who's that guy? Who's the guy up there?
Right, I can't lie, North. I can't lie. The hyenas were biting Rashid earlier. Do you know what I'm saying? The top gooners, bro. They had it. Yeah, you know, like hyenas attack one person, brother.
Telling you, bro.
They're all attacking North. They're all attacking Rashid, bro. It's crazy. What you talking about? The Nigerian don?
Yeah,
who's that you talking about?
Who's that guy?
His name's Dio or something.
Is he like a tippy?
He's the guy. He's the guy. Aaron. another argument with.
Oh, we
Tippity
see
top
it.
goon. I told you, man. He's the guy that said he got 19 combinations in defense and all that last season, bro. You get me?
Oh my days.
Yeah, but this is the thing, though, Rashid. You already know, innit? These man are so gassed, beating Newcastle.
Yeah.
I get it. Like, I get it. You man didn't have a shot on target last season and all that. So winning the game and the way you won the game as in last minute, everyone would be gassed if their team won last minute. They just don't have. You get me? They don't have that. What's it called? The future. What do they call it? They can't really. They don't have that patience to look into the future. They're just looking at the here and now, innit?
It's set pieces, man.
No future planning.
Do this. Huh?
Yeah, man. They're like AJ. They don't know that they playing next.
Brother,
They
come
go
on,
off
man.
for right now, and then the team gets
No,
blown.
no need to do that, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
I told them some creativity in midfield. They told me, "Oh, what should we do?" I told them, "How about we put some creativity in that midfield?"
Yeah, so my man was saying Rashid plays FIFA. They were saying Rashid plays too much FIFA.
I got 16, by the way. I got 16. You know who I got up front? Wissa. I got Wissa and Sesko up front. You get me? Because you know the P's. There's no P's right now. We're playing with the. But anyway, the point is like we need more creativity in that midfield, yes, sir. More creativity. That's what I told them. I'm saying, and then it was like, oh, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's different. And then it was like, the point is like, how did we score today? Same old shit. Look, I'm only upset because of what happened over there. I'm okay, you know what I'm saying? In reality, I'm okay. I'm actually happy, you know what I'm saying? I'm actually happy. It's just the hyenas blood. Like they came out there, they smelled blood. I think they set me up. I think catching and they set me up. I think it's a setup today. Do you get me? I smell a setup. But yeah, man, it's a good win. You know what I'm saying? At least 2 points off top. I guess you could look at it like that, but I look at football. It's just different. I look at football differently than these, man. You get me? I don't see only this game. I see the style of play, the way we play. It's just sideways, same shit, man. Same shit. The whole game, it was sideways. What did we score? Guess it. What did we score? Corner. How many corners have we scored? How many set pieces have we scored? 8. How many goals in general have we scored? Probably 12. Something like that. It's madness. 8 set pieces. Come on.
You know how I judge the wins, though? I judge the wins depending on how Northside reacts. If he's quiet, that means he's happy. He won the game.
Today. Northside's happy
that means
today.
a good win. If he's angry, that means there's something we haven't noticed.
He's neutral.
Neutral.
He's neutral.
Yeah, neutral.
How you feeling,
do you know what it is? Yeah, like today, you look at it like two things can be true at the same time. Like, was this a win that we was it a must-win game? Yes. Do we normally drop points when our rivals drop points? Yeah, we do. You know what I'm saying? So, like, the pressure was on, and we got the win, innit?
Yeah.
Did we play well for 35 minutes? Yes. But then you look at the other side, and I agree with Rashid. How do we score? Set pieces again. There's a limitation to that. Well, we're going to continue to do that week in, week out. We haven't been able to do that week in, week out. So you can look at it and say, cool. You also look at the lineup and say, okay, cool. Like, I'm happy that Eze played in the 10. Will he continue? Because a lot of times we've seen good things and then the manager reverts away from that and then continues to do things that don't work. Like, we've seen Eze be able to perform in the 10, but he doesn't consistently put him there. Do you know what I'm saying? We've played attacking football against Leeds, but then we didn't have that same approach against Liverpool or against Man City. So it's one of them ones where we look at this manager. He's been here long enough for us to be like, we don't trust that you will continue doing the things that work on a consistent basis. Do you know what I mean? Like the way that we set up today, we started with the intent to get the 3 points. I want to see consistency in that approach. I don't want to see this defensive football all the time. And why? As soon as we went a goal down, it's like all of a sudden that just killed our momentum. Like we would just backwards, sideways, Odegaard passing backwards. Even Eze at times then started passing backwards. We got timid. It looked like we were just holding on to the ball, bringing on Skelly, looking like we're just trying to hold on to possession. You know what I mean? It worked for us today with the set pieces. We got the set pieces and we scored. But our overall play after 35 minutes in open play was not good.
Because there's no runs. You've got Saka on the right and Trossard that want the ball to the feet. They don't make the runs. So who are you going to pass to? I'm talking as Eze. Let's say you're Eze. Who are you going to pass to? Gyökeres just there in a whole mess, just running right, left. My days. Gyökeres is suffering. Gyökeres is suffering. He's gonna suffer more with this team. But like, who do you play to? Saka wants it to the feet. Trossard wants it to the feet. Can Saka beat his man? No. Pause. Trossard, same thing. Who's gonna create that space? Who's gonna make that? Do you know that Timber was our best attacking player today? Timber.
I've done nothing to get cooked, man.
The Maltese,
Man, you're right. Oh, man. Like, this is why Ajax are shit, bro.
Yeah. I think Eze played well. I don't think this is the game where I can defend Gyökeres. I can't lie. This is the game to criticize him. I'm sorry. How many times did Eze bring Gyökeres into the game? How many times did he lay it off for him in the box? All he had to do is finish it. I can't lie.
Was it clear cut?
These 3 opportunities come to mind, yeah, where he should have at least just smacked it first time. I can't lie. He had service today, Gyökeres. I don't come away from this game saying Gyökeres didn't have service. Other games, I was like, yo, he wasn't even receiving the ball. Today, he was receiving the ball, and he was receiving the ball in the box.
He was in between like 6 players. It's tough out there. Eze is giving him the ball, but there's 6 players around you. Do you know what I'm saying? Look, don't look at me. I'm not defending Gyökeres this game. You know how I am. The best player plays. Nobody's my cousin. Nobody's my friend. Do you remember that through ball? There was a through ball by Eze. Gyökeres in the box, yeah, and then his shot, it kicked up. It was like some dead shot. Yeah, he took forever to release it. And it's like, bro, come on, man. You gotta finish that goal. You gotta finish that opportunity, bro. That's on the plate there. You get me? So I can't lie. Like Gyökeres needs to step it up. I haven't completely given up on Gyökeres, but you need to step up, bro. You got every player. Do you think Eze played well, no? Huh? Do you think Eze played well today? I think Eze played well, yeah. Uncomfortable conversations, bro. Eze played well for like what, 20, 30? After that, it was back to like Odegaard, sideways, backwards. You get me? when Odegaard came on, I started seeing him doing the backward sideways as well. Before that, he was actually going forward and looking for passes forward and doing little given goals and actually trying to break down their low block. So I think he had a good game. He had a couple of shots as well, unlucky not to have scored from as well. That was in the middle, bro. Don't do that. One of them was in the middle, and one of them was a good shot. I'll be real. One of them was a good shot. But no, let's get into the uncomfortable conversation here, okay? It's time to talk about Saka, right? You man, Saka, no Madwinky. Did you man see Saka today?
Nope.
You know, at some point you gotta be honest with yourself. Do you know what I'm saying? At some point you gotta be honest with yourself, regardless how much you love a player or a thing or anything in life. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be honest that it ain't working with yourself. It ain't working. Whatever he's doing, he ain't working, my bro. Look at that. He was doing okay, my brother. They talk about Saka. They're saying he's the second best in the world. Second best. I know you man don't do it, but like second best in the world. This is how much Saka is. Second best in the world. 220k. How much is Saka on? 200k? Something like that. 200k. He is regarded as a star boy. He's the face of Arsenal. You're telling me okay. Not good enough. Thierry Henry wasn't just okay. Oh, he played okay today. No. You got to take the game by the scruff of the neck. You need to go out there and show them why. You know what I'm saying? Why you're on the pitch. Why they're giving you 200k. Why everybody's calling out your name and making it sound like you're some, I don't know what kind of winger. You get me? I got nothing against Saka. I just want him to go to the left. I need him to go to the left. The left ain't working. And I'm telling you, he would work on the left right now. He would ball out on the left. You get me? Right ain't working for him. This little thing where you turn around and just try to cut from the left hand side, it just ain't working, my bro. You played against Dan Burn today. 52 pace, bro. Come on. You can beat Dan Burn. You can beat Dan Burton, bro. Come on. Let's be honest here. Timber beat him. How can you not beat him? Did you get paused? Nah, man. Come on, man. We need to talk about this. It's something that people are not talking about enough. Do you get me? Madueke would have spun him. Madueke would have spun him. Straight away.
I knew he was gonna do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
I told man, bro.
I'm coming for Saka and
Rashid, the Madueke glazer, blood. He would have thought.
No. Look, man, it's not about me.
Yeah, safety pause, by the way. That's mad.
This guy.
I'm joking, blood.
No. Madueke. Come on, you're trying to tell me Madueke would have spun him? He wouldn't do that. Tell me I'm lying.
He would, but then he would, but then once he's past the player, what's the service? Is he scoring?
Well, the brother ain't doing both. You know what I'm saying? Like, the brother ain't doing both, no? He ain't doing both, man. He ain't beating his man, and he's not giving anything to. He had one shot. The shot, I think it was from a close angle, and he hit it with the right.
You're not seeing it, no. You know what I'm saying? You're not seeing it.
I was talking to Samado, and he was like, "Yo, bro, listen. Any shot that Onana can catch is not a shot. If Onana can catch it, it's not a shot." But yeah, that's what Samado told me. It's not a shot, bro. But
oh my dude. So what you're saying is, if Saka dribble past someone, they're not a defender.
No. It's not just dribbling. You're misunderstanding what I'm trying to say. It's nothing. It's no dribbling, no creating, no nothing. He had just one pass that was good. He played it to, I think it was to Declan Rice, and then Declan Rice gave it to Trossard. That's probably the only ball he did well.
Yeah, man, saying he's gone after.
Okay, you know, it's okay. It's not good enough, bro. You're a star. You need to start stepping up, bro. You need to start stepping up. You get me? You need to start scoring 15 goals, 15 assists, crazy numbers. You get me? You need to start doing that. You're a star of Arsenal, bro. Everybody talk about you're untouchable as well. I've got Max Diamond and Ethan, 2 players that can come in, make a difference straight away. Don't matter if they're 12. It doesn't matter if he's 12. 12 years old, he can beat a man. He's calm. The bar is low. Trust me, the bar is low. If being a winger means just crossing the ball into the box, the bar is low. I'm sorry. I'll get you at least 10
bro,
minutes.
Rashid watches Riyad Mahrez, blood. Do you man think he's gonna rate Saka respectfully, blood? You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I hear
it. And not on a biased thing.
I hear it.
But no, look, man, it's not hate against Saka. It's just uncomfortable conversation. Rice. Not even one ball through the defense. One ball. No service whatsoever. He just gave one pass to Trossard. That's it. Just running around, getting the ball back, and then when he gets the ball back, what does he do with it?
I can't lie. All I've seen Rice was lagging. You know when he was picking the ball up between the centre back.
He's playing football. He gets the ball, and he needs to create something from it. You're a midfielder. You need to attack and defend. I don't know.
You know what it is when I saw you know what it is.
I don't know why I'm angry, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I'm sick and tired of Rice and Saka. I'm sick and tired of them.
You know what it is. Every time when I watch Rice today, yeah, bro, he picks up the ball in between the 2 centre backs, and then he just holds it. Do you get it? And then he releases it, but it goes either sideways or he gets pressed. Now you either release it early and pass forward so you can actually start your attack, or it's too late because he holds onto it too long. He can't actually. There's no progression from there onwards. Then everyone gets in their position, and then he kind of thinks, you know what, I'll go back. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Zubamendi was all that either, but you know what I mean? Do you know which one was weird? The Mosquera one. He could have just kept him on the pitch.
You saw Zubamendi had the little pass. Did you see his pass? That was crazy. That pass was crazy, bro. That little pass for a timber. That's about all he did. You know what I'm saying?
To be fair, Rice ain't making that pass. But
sometimes you just got to accept that certain players, it's not their game, innit? That's just what it is with Rice.
Here you go.
It's not his game. But then at the same time, this is the thing, yeah? No, it's not that, bro. Certain players aren't able to do certain things, innit? But then at the same time, people don't put them in certain conversations with other ballers that can. That's my only thing. Do you know what I mean? Are certain players limited? Yeah, cool. So don't put them in certain conversations with ballers that can do. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? I'm not angry today with the performance. I'm not angry. Like I said, could it improve? Yes. Is it more improved than our last performance? Yes, it is. Because I can't remember the last time we started a game off with the intent to win. I think the way that we're making runs, it's not only every time we receive the ball in the first 35 minutes, it's the intent. We would actually pushing back. We'll pushing more players forward, making runs, actually hitting on the transition. We actually looked like there was a pattern of play, which is something that was been lacking from our game for a long time. Do you know what I mean? So is it perfect? No. Is it better? Yes. I want to see consistency. Like the things that I do like about today's game, I want to see consistency. And I agree with the panel. Like at the end of the day, yes, we scored goals and that we've done this before. We need to build upon set pieces. Well, set piece FC last season, we didn't get over the line. So we need to see some more goals from open play. We need to see players taking their opportunities. Trossard, Eze, Gyökeres, all these guys getting opportunities in the opposition box. You need to put those chances to bed. We can't just be relying on set piece every single time. So that's how I look on it, bro. I don't think it's shit. I think obviously the result is good. First 35 minutes is good. Certain players playing better than what they previously were, being put in their proper positions. But yeah, bro, like it's not enough. One game is not enough for me to change.
You like that as A's number 10, innit? You like that a lot. That's what I'm feeling. You like that little change that Eze and as a number 10.
Yeah, because we got more shots from open play. There was more creativity through the middle. Most of the time we play, we create chances from the width, bro, from the wingers, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, of course. Is that not better than watching Odegaard in the 10?
100%. 100%. Oh, no thought that I like Odegaard.
I don't know the way you're defending Madueke, like the way you're defending Madueke.
Yeah.
Not like we might have to VAR Rashid's talent ID, man. He's moving, man.
Yeah, that's. I don't.
Madueke's not that bad. He's
not that bad.
I didn't say he was bad.
AJ, sorry, AJ. Yeah, you're my guy. Wait. I said to you, and I also said to North, and I said it to Rashid. Yeah, before I said it to you. He's not bad. He just needs to polish up his end product with Madueke. He's a natural winger, so that's why you see him attacking his fullback. That's his. It's hard to explain. If you're a defender and you get put on like a wing back position, your first thought is to defend. It's similar with the Amarim system. Here we go. There's a guy that can help us. If you put you remember he was playing with 7 defenders. You put a centre back or like a defensive player out wide. He's not thinking defend. He's not thinking attack first. He's natural for him to think defense first. I'm not saying that Saka's defense first. I just feel like he's a really good player. Like he has good IQ. He likes to recycle the ball in terms of making sure he keeps possession. He shoots the ball well, all that. But I also think that he's a good finisher, innit? So he has the end product. I just don't think he has what's in between, which is him being a winger, like proper attacker on the right. But him getting into position, finishing, he's tidy and everything. Like I've never said anything bad about Saka. I just don't think if we're going to talk about wingers, I necessarily see him as a winger. That's my problem. For me, when I keep watching him, I don't know. I feel like if you put like Calafiori on the wing or something. Like, you know, when you put a player that's not there, but he essentially gets used to playing in that position, you don't feel
I hear it. Like he plays like a central midfielder that's on the right. Like, that's not a bad thing, but sometimes it's not exactly what you need. Like, you're right, Madueke being more direct than Saka would have been really useful today, but Madueke's decision making has always been why I never really rated him like that. Because
listen, Saka.
If you're a serious player, you have to have good IQ. Like, that is a requirement.
Do you remember when Saka was left back? Do you remember him? Saka left back.
Yeah,
he killed it. In my opinion, he absolutely killed it. Killed it as a left back. Yeah. I'm sorry. I know I'm saying something out of like nobody believes in this. I understand why, but the point is like that guy. He can be used in the centre mid, maybe left centre mid. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Just not right wing. It ain't working.
It's not working because of the manager, though. It's not working because of the manager. Look at when Saka and the ball's on the right hand side. Look at where Trossard's being placed. Trossard's being placed directly off the shoulder of Gyökeres. when the ball's on the left-hand side and Saka's around, he's not letting Saka get off the wing. Saka is not playing close to the net like he did the past 2 seasons, which is why he is where he is right now. Plus, again, he's not completely fit. We rushed him back from that hamstring. He doesn't have that breakaway pace off the first step like he used to. That's part of the problem to why Saka is not living up to expectations right now. We don't know if he's completely healthy, which is why I think at this point we should be changing the formation to a 4-2-3-1 and letting Saka play as the number 10 or go 4-4-2 and let him play secondary striker. So at least he has opportunities in the middle already to start shooting. And you can use the fact that you have a proper striker now to run into the box for rebound shots. But at the end of the day, the reason why Madueke looks okay is because Madueke is a true touchline winger to dribble. That's why he looks good. That's not what Saka is. Saka needs to be playing off the shoulder of the striker to be coming in to score goals and finding assists. He's not a good player as a touchline winger. That's the problem. Trossard's getting free reign on the left side to come into the box and play as a secondary striker. We saw it the whole game when the ball was on the right-hand side. He was playing right next to Gyökeres. Saka's not doing that. He's being told to stay on the wing because we need him to cross, even though the crossing looks dreadful. So again, I think it's more on the manager than what it is on the player. The player can only do the best that he can when he's put in a specific position or given a specific assignment by the coach. He needs to be playing closer to Gyökeres the way Trossard was. And I think we'll see him start scoring goals and grabbing assists. If he continues to stay as just a touchline winger, we're not going to get shit from him.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to adjust it because I'm with you because I've always said that he's one of those players that relies on his burst of pace. And I agree with you. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's why we think this is why Rashid and that was always telling us about, how does it work with his whole when he comes back from this injury, because we've seen how people usually think he has to be managed. So now seeing him being thrown into the games, obviously because of Madueke's injury as well, you can't really manage him. But then why? I think did I hear someone say Ethan was not in the squad? Because I didn't really look at the lineups. I can't lie. I just went and watched the game and that's it. I just seen he was on the pitch, and that's basically it. But yeah, man. Listen, for me, the way I'm looking at it, kind of like you needed to win in it, regardless, especially with Liverpool dropping points. I know that Rashid keeps talking about the war and all that, but at the same time, you just have to find a way by hook or crook like Northside scored there, to just win the game. You won the game. So
we did.
I get it, no? You still want things to be fixed in the future, though. You want things to be.
It's just a painkiller, yes, sir. It's just a painkiller. That's what it is. Painkiller gets you through the day, and then tomorrow you're sick. Let's attack the problem right now.
I'll play devil's advocate for a little bit because I agree there's a lot of long-term problems at this club, but we haven't scored on our last 3 trips to that stadium. We've lost 3 in a row to Newcastle away. That has not happened before at Arsenal, not for years. So to win there, that was big, especially given that we should have gotten and attacked City, especially given that we already lost to Liverpool. We've already dropped 5 points this season. And sure, losing at Liverpool, not great, but fine. If we had done what we needed to do against City, suddenly we're top. Sure, 6 games in, but when you don't do what you need to do, it puts extra pressure on other games. Especially and when you need to go to Newcastle to win, you're not in a good position most of the time because that's a stadium no one wants to go to.
Facts.
So we won. Great.
We got lucky that they were shit in possession. Let's keep it a buck. Newcastle, Anthony Gordon had one of the worst games of his career so far in this game. Anthony Gordon was so wasteful with possession, especially the first 25 minutes, because we could not. That midfield was dominating the game the first 25 minutes. We could not handle them, and Anthony Gordon just gave away possession after possession after possession. So for me, I think this is a great win because this shows that we can win under pressure. But again, we also need to state the facts that if Anthony Gordon was a 6 out of 10 today, because today he was a 2 out of 10. If Anthony Gordon was a 6 or a 6.5, we're down 2, possibly 3-0 at halftime with the possessions that he gave away. That's something that we need to also say because our fullbacks, Timber had a fantastic game to stop him. The Calafiori, there's no point in him playing. I'm sorry, man. The guy's getting put on the left-hand side, and every time he's playing on the left-hand side, he's passing back into the middle. If you're so fast and strong, run around the fucking defender and cross the damn ball in instead of just recycling play.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying?
you know,
You know
I
what his
agree
game
for
was?
me.
Yeah, you know why the guy got onto me is because I started talking about Rice, and then he tried to call Caicedo, Kai Sanat, and he thought I was gonna let him off. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
That should never be universe where we're
Apparently they do the
mentioning
same thing.
Caicedo and Declan Rice in the same combo. That's a
Yeah, but
disrespect.
According to them, Rice is the best midfielder, or let me say, the second best midfielder in the world. Get me? Rice is the second best midfielder in the world. Saka's the best, second best left wing in the world. Obviously, the defense we don't need to talk about it because obviously they are. So how about we win? Oh, but nah, then it's injuries, then it's this, then it's that. My bro, Rice has been, since Rice came here, we've been scoring only set pieces. Are you man not seeing it? Remember do you remember the first year that when we were like 8 points clear? Well, not the first year, the year that we actually went for the title.
Yeah.
We played football, right? Who was there? Granit Xhaka. The see you next Tuesday. Him. He was there. He's got a bit of tech, right? He's got a bit of tech, so he was able to create. He can move around. When you give him the ball, he can move around. He can create stuff. He can make something happen. Do you get me? This Rice, he cannot make anything happen. He can box crash. He can cross a ball from a corner, but he cannot make anything happen in that the last bit of the pitch. As soon as you give him the ball, look at him. Look, and next game, just look at Rice and Saka. Look at them both, Rice and Saka. Saka's a bit better. He does a bit better. But Rice going forward, my bro, why do you think the left-hand side is always shit? Eze couldn't play there. Trossard couldn't play there. Martinelli couldn't play there. Always doubled up on. You've got no solution. Nobody's going to give you the ball because on the right, usually Odegaard plays there. And let's be honest, Odegaard's better. He's better on the ball and whatnot. You get me? More creative. We need more creativity in this team, bro. We can't just keep playing sideways, looking for corners. You get me? This is how Arsenal play, yeah? We started, the game started. Sideways, go. Weak foot. It's the first man, corner, go, and we go. Repeat. Do you get me? This is the plan. This is the 15.6 million brother that gets 15.6 million. You get me? 15.6.
How much?
All you man are gonna wake up tomorrow to work. This man has 15.6 million and he's playing this football. I can play this shit. How hard can it be? How hard can it be, really? How hard can it be?
Northside tried it. It's not easy. You know what I'm saying? He tried it on FIFA the last year.
Bro, come on.
Play three at the back. Don't even try that. Don't even
Bro,
try that.
three at the back in Korea, man. I've never seen that in my life.
That I can't lie.
Yeah, I remember
Right.
he
I'm not saying
was
what
wing
it
back.
is.
Bro, he was
that.
killing it,
That's
bro. It's
it.
so funny.
Man, like Mourinho or Kane, I hear it.
Don't worry about that, man. You know what I mean?
This-
But yeah.
this-
But
My man,
do you know what it is?
in the
Before we bring
comments
that
said,
start into the conversation, yeah. The problem is this: he's not really made Gyökeres's introduction to the Premier League an easy one by not actually feeding him opportunities week in, week out, innit? Making him drop in deep to receive the ball in many games. Then get starting Trossard or Martinelli, two wingers that we needed to upgrade from in the first place. Saka's coming back from an injury. And we know that how long we've run Saka into the ground. So that's worked against him. Not playing Eze and making Eze actually have a midfield that he works with week in, week out. Potentially dropping one of the DMs and playing maybe Odegaard there or somebody else there that can play, or Lewis Skelly there that's got a bit more creativity instead of just this defensive football. So now that he's trying to do it, these players are now trying to learn what they should have been learning from preseason. This should have been introduced from preseason. But now we're doing the catch-up now. You know what I'm saying? A couple of games into the season against Newcastle. And that is why it's not looking perfect. Because these players are he's changing formation all the time, changing the midfield all the time. Certain players brought into the team, not playing to their strengths. This is what you're going to get. Yeah, we got 35 minutes. But, bro, how many games have they played as he played this formation? Not formation, but played this lineup. You're changing it all the time. Players they need consistency, bro. They need consistency. And players that come to the league, they need to understand what players want to receive it when to receive the ball, look out for what runs and stuff like that. I think we've got a lack of the way we play in open play. You can see that there's a lack of chemistry between certain players. Yeah, I'm saying there's a lack of chemistry with this team. And that's because of the way that this guy wants to play with a handbrake in most games. And that's why we get inconsistency in our performances, in my opinion. Natstar, what you saying, bro? What did you think of today, bro?
Yours good. Can you hear me? Connection's all good. No issues, no lagging. Big up, big up, big up. Yeah, I want to start with this, right? Did any of you guys notice before the game even started, like Arteta was doing pre-match interview, right? There was something on his badge. It said play safe. I had to look again because I was like, are you fucking taking the piss? Are you serious?
Huh?
No word of a lie. He had a play safe badge on his chest. I was like, nah, this guy's trolling.
But isn't it to do with the head injury thing? Because remember, there's a player that passed away with the whole head injury thing. So are they doing it for that?
I don't know. I don't think.
I don't think they're doing it for the whole. Like, I don't think they're doing it.
If that's the case, fair enough. If that's the case, fair enough. But either way, with how we've been playing and how we played today, bruv, Lego head caught life again. Okay. First half an hour, we played well. We played really well. We should have been up. But then at a key time, they score. Gabriel flapping about in our box. Like, what's all that about? Do you know what I mean? You know, Ezra's doing well. Saka's doing well in that first half. Like, it looks good. The handbrake's off. Then as soon as they score, the handbrake goes back on. Reverting to type. Same old bollocks. You know, like yeah, we won. Cool. But I'm just sick and tired with the fact that he pretty much started the right team for the most part. He started, other than Calafiore, I would have picked that team. And yet, in the second half, like it was just an absolute horror show, absolute shit show. Like there is no continuity, like North said. You know, certain players, they're not clicking. From open play, we struggle. In transition, you know, whenever we got the ball, it was like either hoof it up or play a few little passes sideways, backwards here and there. You know, Gyökeres was trying to make the runs a few times and we don't find him. And when we do, I think he had that one chance where he decided to do the Cristiano chop when he should have just slapped it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, Rashid. You know, he should have slapped that motherfucker. He should have
doesn't have the facilities for that. I mean, look, we like Gyökeres, right? No, not to cut in, sorry, but you don't have the facilities for that. Listen to me, Gyök, Block 9. You get a chance like that, shoot, my brother. Shoot.
Mm-hmm. You know what it is, Rashid? The streets are saying, yeah, he's not a gunman. He needs a gunsmith. Do you know what I'm saying? So it depends, bro. He should have shot, and I think Natster's right because I saw that even he could have hit a low bottom left corner. Do you know what I'm saying? I agree with you.
But the system's killing him. The system's killing him, brother. The system's killing him. It's killing a lot of our creative players. Like Ezra, I don't think he was that bad. You know, he fell off in the second half, but so did the rest of our team. But again, how many times, if we played better opposition, if we play Atletico Madrid, like the way we did today, we lose that game. We go without refereeing decisions, 100%. Even if he picks the same team, we will lose that game. They slap Real Madrid. Yes, they're not great at the moment. Yes, they're not consistent, but it's still fucking Real Madrid. You know, I'm always looking at the bigger picture, guys. Like the first half and the second half, it's the same old tale of two halves. Why can't we ever play a full 90 minutes of just proper fucking football? Football heritage, not anti-football heritage. You know what I'm saying? We've got the players. There's no more excuses. The top gooners can't complain about the referee today. And from now until the end of the season and there on after, I don't want to hear shit about refereeing decisions. I don't want to hear shit. Because they got a penalty turned down as well. Yeah. Should have been given. Yeah, we should have got a couple, granted. But in the first half, that game should have been put to bed, and it didn't. I knew as soon as they were 1-0 up in the second half, start of the second half from like the 45th minute to the 60th, when they had chances, Newcastle, I was like, if they don't get the second goal, could be long for them. And lo and behold, Lego heads doppelganger comes in clutch, back once again for the Renegade Master. Best believe that. Saves his blushes. And then Gabriel, we know the script, guys. We know the story.
That penalty that they didn't give was crazy because man, they were saying the man was doing the watch me wave, watch me nay with his hand all the way up there, blood. Bro. It was crazy because you could say it was close range, but brother, like, his hand was high. To be fair, we watched them giving. I think because they didn't give you the other penny, they decided to not give you that one. You know how it works, innit?
Yeah.
Did you
think the Bucharest one was the penalty? By the way, did all of you, man? What did you think?
I thought it was a penalty because I felt like the goalkeeper would have made contact with the ball had he not changed direction with his right foot. When he pushed the ball with his right foot onto his left, that's when he took his leg out, and that is what made the contact, and that's why he didn't get the ball. Otherwise, Nick Pope would have got the ball. But last minute, he just moved the ball onto his left, and that is when contact was made. Yeah, I'm saying. So I think that was a pen, bro.
Yeah, that was.
Jess, big up Jess, saved us, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Never a pen, guys. Do you know what I'm
saying? I agree. I agree with Jess on that one.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, the ex-referee has spoken, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Never a pen. Big up Jess.
What it is, man.
For me, that was a pen. That's my opinion.
Newcastle robbed. You know what I'm saying?
No, they weren't robbed, man. Come on. Let's be real.
No, they killed themselves. Yeah, Newcastle was their own worst enemy. I know. Newcastle was their own.
Yeah,
worst
they
enemy.
killed themselves, especially with them. Arsenal just took advantage of the substitutions because the substitution that Newcastle made in the second half was poor. Yep. Like, I rate Eddie Howe as a coach, but those substitutions that was at the wrong time, bro. Those substitutions was at the wrong time because he brought on Ilanga. He brought on Ilanga and Osasuna, and then he went to, and then he went, instead of a back four, he changed it to a back four to a back five, and then obviously that invited Arsenal to have more possession, to have more pressure, and then obviously when Arteta made his subs, that's what won you the game. Obviously, the first 35 minutes you played decent. But then in the second half, it was just a cagey game. In the second half, it's like both teams did not really, you know what I mean? It's like both teams really like just sat off each other a bit. But like for me, I think the big difference, like I said, was the subs that Newcastle made and the subs that you made. That I think that's what won you the game. Gyökeres, I think Gyökeres, yes, he might not have like 5 or 6 chances, but I do agree with Northside on. I think he had more. I think he had a bit more service than he has had in other games. I think obviously, I think that chance when Eze, you played him the ball and then he slipped. He like miskicked the ball or something. He like slipped, and he should have controlled the ball better than that. Obviously, I remember an instant in the first half as well where he was on the break, and he was 1v1 with the Newcastle defender, and the Newcastle defender just like literally just took the ball off of him. I think he has to do a little bit better in those type of situations, but I do agree with the overall point that the system is not like helping him. Obviously, like the system's not. Obviously, the system I think is the biggest problem, but I think Gyökeres had to do a little bit better today. But it was a huge win for Arsenal. It was a huge win because I know that you man struggle to go to Newcastle and obviously especially away from home and win. And I do agree with Rashid that set pieces, we've all said it, set pieces, like obviously Arsenal are ultimate when it comes to set pieces, but obviously when it comes long term, it isn't sustainable long term set pieces. But obviously, Arsenal just needed to find a way to win this game, because if Arsenal did not win this game, then people would be calling them bottle jobs, and you know what I'm saying, bottle jobs, or we've done it again. We've bottled it when Liverpool have bottled points. But obviously, on the referee decisions as well, like obviously, like Newcastle got some decisions against them. Also got some decisions against them. We all know the referees aren't great, but you just got to win the game in 90. You just got to win the game in 90 minutes, bro. That's what you got to do, because we all know that referees and VAR are not very good at their job. You know what I'm saying? So don't let them have the don't let the game in their hands. Don't let the game in the referee or the VAR hands. That's what you got to do. I say the same thing about my team as well, regardless on whether that's a penalty or that's a free kick or that's a yellow card or a red card. What do you do in 90? What do you do for the full game? I don't look at referee decisions, because we all know that referees aren't going to improve. We all know this. Like, we all know referees in general are crap, bro. You understand? So they're not going to improve in general. So yeah, like obviously I thought Timber was good. I thought obviously Saka was all right. Saka was decent. Yes, Saka was decent. Timber thought were decent. I thought Eze showed some good moments as well. He played a few ball. He played a few through balls through the lines. I think Eze had a decent game as well. And I think at the same time, I think Arsenal fans should be a bit frustrated at the same time, because it's like, I know Arteta has played Eze in the 10 eventually, but why has it took you this long? Why has it took you to now to play Eze in the 10? Why has it took you now to drop Odegaard? You understand? I think that's where the little bit of the frustration comes in, because he should have played Eze earlier games in the 10 instead of Odegaard. So I think that's where the little bit of the frustration comes in. But it was a very good win for you today, and obviously, like, you just need to keep on. You know what I mean? You need to keep on putting the pressure on Liverpool in it. Like, that's what you need to do, bro. You just need to you just need to improve your overall performances most of the time. And you should win most of your games, bro. You know, like that. So that's what it is, bro.
There's a guy.
Win all our games, man. Or most of our games.
There's a guy in the comments. He said, "Why we had 4 shots on target and the keeper saved them?" And then he said, "Why is I don't know, maybe somebody else." He said that somebody has said, "Why is every time we face a team, their goalkeeper is world class?" I'm gonna answer that, yeah, because most of the chances come from closed angles. Most of the shots we have are from closed angles, so therefore it's easier for the keeper to catch. Or if it's not from closed angles, it's down the middle. That is why the keeper looks good. Do you know what I'm saying? The keeper only caught one very hard to catch. The one with the header, that was hard to catch. But the others, they weren't very hard to catch. That's why they look like they're world class, but they're not. In reality, our shots are not, you know what I'm saying, are not in the right moment, the right time. And in order to score a lot of goals, you have to create multiple chances. That is why Liverpool score however many chances they score, how many goals they score. On the other hand, if you take away the set piece goals, we're talking about 4 goals or something like that. Do you know what I'm saying? It's bad. It's bad.
We're not clinical, bro. That's the thing. Like, we're not as clinical as Liverpool. You're right, Rashid. Like, we're not clinical enough in front of goal, especially in open play. If it's not a set piece, then we're relying from a cross out wide or in and around like the penalty box, like we did today for the first goal. and then the second one I believe was a set piece. So either way, even though Arteta started the right team, pretty much in my eyes, we still struggled to put them chances away, and we created more chances. Eze got more of the ball. The reason why Arteta's played Eze today, in my opinion, is because he had to. He's under pressure. He knows he has to win this game. If we're going to get close to Liverpool, he has to play him. Even if Odegaard is 100% fit, he has to play him, because we know what we're going to get with Odegaard. Sideways, and backwards. Almost like Mohamed El Sideways. Remember, I was saying that shit. We were all kind of saying that shit. The only difference is it's with Odegaard now. Whereas with Eze, at least, yeah, sometimes he'll give the ball away. He did that today. You know, lose the ball a little bit here and there. But at least he's trying to go forward.
Yes.
At least trying to supply our striker, Gyökeres. You know, yes, he had more chances today, didn't put them away. We should have got a penalty. We didn't. It is what it is. But I also want to say this. Ultimately, I believe Eddie Howe lost that game more than Arteta won it. I believe Eddie Howe lost that game more than Arteta won it. Because, like you said, my man on my right, either way.
Yeah.
He's basically, right, with Eddie Howe, he made them substitutions before Arteta, I believe. Okay, cool. But at the same time, we've seen patterns when Newcastle played Barcelona, and then when they played Liverpool earlier on in the season, you know, when it was Liverpool especially, was it 2-2? They were a man down. They should have shut up shop. And then Liverpool got the winner. You know, in this game in particular, they should have got that second goal. They didn't get that second goal. They got punished. And it's that final quarter, you know, that final hurdle, finishing line, Eddie Howe just doesn't quite, and that's why he's a very good manager, but he's not a great manager at the moment. He's definitely not an elite level manager. And that's the difference. It's not that they've got bad players. They've got a great midfield, better than ours, especially if we put Marino in it. But it showed today, like, their problems really and truly were more so up front. Without Isak, no Wissa at the moment for whatever reason. I think he's injured.
Should have bought.
He's injured. Yeah, he's injured.
They're struggling.
Bringing on Harvey Barnes an extra time is ridiculous.
Like if he would have went to the back five, if he would have went to the back five in like the 90th minute of the game or something, or the 85th minute of the game, it's more understandable. But I think he did it in the 65th minute. He went to a five at the back at 1-0, and it's like we all know that at 1-0 you're never ever safe. You understand, and that's
normally what we do. That's normally what we do. We go up a goal, and then we just want to defend for 45 minutes, 60-minute plus, and this is the results, and this is why we drop points. So I agree with both of you. I agree with both of you. Normally, this is how we play: defensive, no attack. Get a goal, stink out a goal, and then try to defend it. But today, we obviously set up to try and get the win, and then he made certain changes, and it worked. I mean, big up to Moreno. I can't lie. Moreno was actually, like, for the type of player I thought when I first saw him, and I was like, this guy is dead. He's actually done his thing quietly. Is he the guy that's going to lead us to winning the title? No, but he's a player that impacts a lot of games that we have. You know what I mean? He gets goals, bro. Like, I don't want him in the.
You just said it, Northside. He's an impact player. You're right. He's an impact player. That's it. He's nothing more, nothing less. If De La Fuente, whoever the Spanish coach is, knows how to utilize him, he scores a hat trick. Yeah. Why can't Arteta do that? He's Spanish as well. Yeah. Why can't he get the best out of him?
I don't know if Arteta's Spanish, to be honest, man. Some kind of like other nationality. I'll be real. That is no
Spanglish. He's Spanglish. He's Spanglish.
Yeah, probably Spanglish. He's too. I don't want to say the word. You know, so it's mad. It's mad in this dunya because I've never seen a Spanish kind of like manager play the way he plays. Like, it's mad. It's like he's Italian. I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand. He has a nationality crisis. He's got a problem. He doesn't understand
nationality disorder, innit? Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. That's okay. You just don't know with this manager. Like, what kind of football is this? It's mad. But going back to Marino, what he said, thing is about Marino is that he makes your midfield weaker, but he is clinical. He can score goals. I feel like maybe Marino's probably someone in that Spanish team, bro. Come on, let's be honest. Anybody can make it. The thing is that with a type of play that Marino is that he weakens the midfield, in my opinion, when he's on the pitch. It's just that he is someone that makes the difference. I'll be real, he is, and I agree with Nook because he is. He's someone that makes a difference in, I don't know, headers, stuff like that, scoring goals. When it comes to scoring goals, he does. He does his thing, to be honest. He does it. But I wanted to ask, like, about Eze today. Like, why do you think Eze played today? Because it's very weird. This manager ain't normally playing like another player apart from Odegaard in that midfield, because we were onto him because he was playing that 3DN thing until Odegaard comes back. Come on. We know what we are up to, Arteta. We know what you are up to. Do you know what I'm saying?
Eze still affected the games even when we haven't been playing that great. Like against Forest, he was playing on the wing, he got an assist. Port Vale comes on, he starts the game, gets a goal. Do you know what I'm saying? Today, plays through the middle. Do you know what I'm saying? Even that Martinelli goal, who was it? It was Eze with the assist. Do you know what I'm saying? So even though the team ain't playing well, the reason he's forced to play Eze is because Eze's still getting G8 at least. Do you know what I mean? And we're not going to blame Eze for the way that the team is playing, because he's the one that's been getting pushed all over the place, playing on the left, sometimes at the 10, then back on the left. He's still getting GA though. And I'm not saying GA is the be all and end all, but he came in to be a final action player. He's supposed to be what Odegaard ain't, getting more goals and assists, linking up with the striker. To be fair to Eze, he is doing that. He's coming to a team, everything's getting changed. Sometimes he's getting dropped. This guy was getting dropped for flipping Moreno in the 10 or Rice in the 10. It's craziness, bro. And this guy's coming into a team that's been playing poor since preseason. And and to be fair to Eze, as much as some people say, okay, he was this, he was that. Look at the team he's playing with. Look at the setup. Look at the tactics from the manager.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And he's still performing today again. Do you know what I'm saying? Again today. Do you know what I mean? He had a decent performance. So he continues to get performances, bro, regardless of how bad the team is.
But haven't you seen Ethan do this before? Like, I've seen Ethan come in and change games and score and do a lot. But this manager still refuses to play him.
He never paid the money that he paid for Eze, though, innit? You know this.
All right, fair.
You know the price tag in football, bro. Price tag contract. You know this, bro. You get me? So you can look at the other guy because he comes from he got no clout. But Eze, we don't know what's in his contract, and we paid big piece for him. Well, not huge piece, but we paid big piece for him. You got to justify that purchase, innit? It's different.
Facts. But Eze did his thing today, you know what I'm saying? He did his thing today. There was a couple of man in that. I mean, Mosquera was taken off. You know what I'm saying? Mosquera wasn't playing well as well today. But there was a couple of man in this team today that weren't performing to the level, you know what I'm saying? Weren't performing to the level that they should be. You hear me? We need to really talk about them, you know what I'm saying? I know it's uncomfortable conversations, but we really do need to talk about them. Even if it's Gyökeres, if it's Saka, if it's Rice, if it's Trossard. Trossard barely touched the ball apart from that shot. Barely. Did any of you man see Trossard, by the way? But apart from the shot that hit the post, apart from that, did anybody see
Not
it?
really. Not really.
No one. There must be something, King. There must be something in this team. Why is always the left winger we do not see? We don't see at
It's
all.
crazy, man. It's crazy, but it's like, like the Mosquera, like he was the one who obviously conceded the corner, that back pass where he hit the back pass as well. Like, and then I don't know. I know Gabriel got the winning goal, but I don't know what he was doing with that corner, bro. I don't know what that guy was doing. Man just went down too easily, bro. Like, I don't know what man was doing from the corner, bro. Like,
he saw it. He was, first of all, he was flat-footed. Second of all, his position wasn't the best. Best. And he wasn't ready. He should have been on his tiptoes, bro. They're gonna cross the ball. You need to be on your tiptoes. Get the ball out. He was flat-footed, and then what happened is that he saw it. This is how you know Gabriel is a good defender. He saw it, and then he was like, "Yo, bro, I'm not getting this. I am not getting this. Even if I jump, I'm not getting this." So he calculated it in his mind. So what he did, He did the dark arts. You get me? Oh, a little free kick, trying to get a little free kick. Because you know you're not going to get that one. You are not going to get that cross. That was a beautiful cross from Tonali, you know what I'm saying? But like, there was no way you can get that cross. So I think King, I don't know for sure, obviously, but he was flat-footed. Let's be honest. He was flat-footed. Positioning was bad. You get me? And he was never going to make it. Never going to make that header. You get me? So, but I think it was harsh to take off Mosquera, don't you think? Like, Gabriel fucked up many times. Even Saliba came in. He flopped that one. You saw it. The one that it was the offside.
When he tried to drag him down.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah, dragging, yeah.
He fucked up as well. So why is it only Mosquera that gets hooked? Do you get me? Like
favoritism.
He's the youngest one in it. That's right.
My face don't fit. Your face don't fit, bro. Your face don't fit. You're on the bench.
Yeah, that's it.
Let's pick and choose. Yes. Come on, man. What is this, bro? You go on the it's true, bro. It's true. Skelly, everybody's on to Skelly today. You know what I'm saying? He was.
I swear the left hand side is cursed, man. I swear the left hand side is just cursed. Whether it's left back, left wing. I think it's a bit of both. Like, because whoever we put in, it's just like they can't perform consistently. The last time anyone ever performed consistently was the 8 points clear season, 22-23. But again, we were playing football. Proper ass.
Who was on that left hand side? Please tell the people that stuff. Who was on the left hand side? Who was all around the left hand side? Who was left centre mid? Who was left centre mid then?
I believe it was Granit Xhaka, yeah. We had
right.
Zinchenko for the most part, but Tierney played here and there, but it was mainly Zinchenko, and then Martinelli. And then Trossard came in January.
Going forward, Nats, yeah? Sorry to cut off. But like going forward, Zinchenko's better than Calafiori. At least Zinchenko can play the little passes. You know, he's techie, right? Everybody knows Zinchenko's techie. His problem is defending. You get me? So he used to create. He used to create in that midfield. We had Partey. Partey can break the lines. You know what I'm saying? He can break the lines and whatnot. We had on the left, Martinelli had people around him that can create chaos, and
Xhaka was dropping into left back.
So the defenders are thinking, should I go to Martinelli or should I go to Xhaka? Should I go maybe to Tierney if he do you know what I'm saying? If he makes the run. So they're always guessing. You get me? With the left-hand side right now, you don't have to guess. Stick to the left wing. That's it. You don't have to guess. Rice ain't going nowhere. It's not like he's going to run with the ball and then shoot, score, something like that. He's not going to do that. He's not going to find a pass. He's not going to... What is Rice going to really do? You know what I mean? So all you have to do is just press that left winger, and what happens to Trossard and what's his name, Eze, is that they have tech, but they don't have pace. So they can't beat two men at the same time. Do you get me? They can't do that. So what happens is that normally they invert. And when they invert, what happens is defenders push with him, and then we end up with no one on the left, and then he'll just be pushed out of play. You get me? This left winger, and Martinelli obviously can't beat a man at all. Martinelli can't do shit on the left wing.
Kick and run, Merchant. Kick and run. He's just like try and go around the outside.
The ball with the left. He'll hit the guy first, man. Go to corner and repeat. You get me? That's the thing. So the left-hand side, he's weakened it. He weakened it so much. You know why? Because we paid 105 blood clot £1 on Rice. That's why. He has to play. And now we have Zubimendi as well. So you can't. Who are you going to bench? Who are you going to really bench? Because think about it. Rice can't play as a number 6 by himself. He can't do that. He can't. He's the double pivot player. Now, because of that, you're going to lose one more midfielder in that midfield. Because you can't play Rice by himself as a number 6. Well, you can. But the point is like, he won't be he'll be doing well defensively and whatnot. But the half turn is the problem. When he receives the ball from the defenders, half turn, boom.
Only in the right system. Only in the right system. If it was like if he was in a Unai Emery team, do you remember when we were playing 4-4-2 in the Europa League, like especially against Valencia in the semis, yeah? When you had Oba and Laka. Laka was playing up front. Oba was on the left when we didn't have the ball. But when we did have the ball, I would go back up front with Laka. They had that partnership. There was a level of understanding. Do you know what I'm saying? And we still had the two midfielders, which was kind of like the pivot or whatever. And then, you know, we would just destroy teams. We would destroy teams. But this manager can only play one formation, one system. You know, he has his favorite. Well, every manager has their favorites, but still, like, he has a certain way of playing. Certain types of players have to play certain positions, which is why he went with Zinchenko, even though we had Tierney. And then once Tierney's gone, you know, Calafiore being the replacement for Zinchenko and Tierney, Miles Lewis-Skelly. Like, it's just the same old crap, man. And to be perfectly honest, yeah, like you said, Rashid, like, we got players that can beat 1, 2, 3 man on the ball, whatever. Trossard, Eze can do that. But in this system, with the lack of freedom, the lack of fundamentals in terms of like how we should be playing with the quality that we have, you don't see it. It's just pass the ball to Saka and hope he does miracles. So it's kind of a hit and hope in a way. But and granted, he played very well today. He was great today at times. But we know we can't rely on him. We know he's not 100% fit, not even now. Saliba's not 100% fit. You know, our players as a whole are on the edge. Any of them can drop at any point. We've already seen that. Like when is it going to get to a point where Declan Rice drops in midfield? Madueke's only just got through the door. He's out. You know what I'm saying? How long do you want to leave it till you're like, oh, okay, what I'm doing as a head coach, as a manager, ain't working. I need to just like, you know, chill, calma, and all of them things there. Do you know what I'm saying? And then just be like, you know what? Let's go back to basics. Whether it's a 4-4-2, whether it's a 4-2-3-1, because I really like that formation as well. So you with a 4-2-3-1, you still have that pivot, but you've got enough width. You got that number 10, and we've got the outlet with Gyökeres. Let's just play to the player's strengths. Don't do all of this, like, you know, whatever kind of bullshit he's been doing for the past few years, trying to low block at times, but at the same time trying to press, you know, and it's the timing's off, the energy's off. Do you know what I'm saying? Which is why a lot of these players are knackered, because there's a lot of like miscommunication. There's a lack of understanding. And it's got to the point where it's just like deep down in his mind, like Arteta is just hoping for moments.
It's the constant pressure, isn't it?
Out of shit.
That's the constant pressure.
The thing is, yeah, if you actually, now that after the win, like we're happy about the win and that we got the points ultimately, like we're happy that we got the points today. When you think about it, didn't score an open play. What was our last resort? Set pieces again. When you think about it like that, yeah, it's like nothing's actually changed. Like, and I know this sounds negative, yeah, but it's the truth. Nothing's actually changed, because what was our last resort last season? Set pieces.
Set pieces, yeah.
Set pieces. Yeah, I'm saying Man United, all these teams trying to do that against Liverpool, trying to do it against Man City. We're resorting back to the thing is, I agree with Rashid, yeah. We are resorting back to the same thing that has not got us over the line, which is set pieces. Now, if we scored those goals within the 35 minutes that we were playing really well, we could say, okay, cool. The managers learned how to get more goals in open play. We can add as an addition set pieces, free kicks, Declan Rice, edge of the box, free kick, Declan Rice on the corners, set pieces, Gabriel, you got Timber, you got other players that could score from set pieces, Moreno. Then you can see a growth within what we were doing last season. The reality is, today set pieces saved us again. How can we be convinced about that? It's not convincing. It's not. And we wanted to get Gyökeres to go away from solely scoring from set pieces. And he's not scoring. Now, I think it's 50-50 in this game, because I felt like Arteta actually put Eze there to provide him opportunities. Yeah. So he was provided opportunities today. But at the same time, there's been no consistency. So it's kind of hard to completely cast Gyökeres, because it's like, bro, all the games I've been playing, only one time you're actually allowing a proper number 10. I've been playing with flipping a DM trying to give me service. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, you're expecting it to just click like that, bro. We should have been doing this before. Should have done this pre-season. Should have been playing. He should have been already having a connection with Eze. Eze and Gokore should have already been the chemistry that we're trying to build this season.
That's what my point was. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But instead, we're doing it already when the season's, because he's being stubborn. Now we're doing it after Newcastle. Now we're trying to build a connection, bro. There's a reason.
He needs to resolve.
Pre-season is there for fitness, and it's there to also, if you're going to implement different things or bring in different players, to build chemistry within the team, so the team understand the tactics and how you're trying to play and how you're trying to implement new players. We are doing it the reverse, and that is why it's not looking convincing. We completely wasted pre-season. How many times we said the lineup? What are we doing here? Why is Gyökeres up front by himself? Nobody there. So that's the thing. You can be happy with the result. How many? Does anybody really believe we're going to win a major honor just playing for set pieces? I don't. Do you know what I mean? And if you don't, how many more games do you think Eze is going to play alongside Gyökeres? And then once we solve that problem, who's going to be our out-and-out left winger? Then when we solve that problem, how long is it going to take for Saka to get back to... And this is the reality of the situation. Not about being negative. We're happy with the result. It's not about being negative. Oh, Northside trying to look at negative. No, I'm looking at the game. There's a reason why we dropped off after the 35th minute. There's a reason. Can we see either Rice or Zubimendi be dropped and we can actually attack? Because when we attack, look at what we was doing 35 minutes. They offered absolutely nothing. Nothing. Their attack was blunt. And I've seen this attack against Barcelona, where in that game, really and truly, they matched Barcelona. The only thing they couldn't match was the goal scoring because they didn't have Isak there. Do you know what I'm saying? Alanga was providing opportunities. Gordon was supposed to score some goals. So was Harvey Barnes. Do you know what I mean? The opportunity was there today. But at the same time, it's like, it's never too late to do the right thing. It's just, I don't believe that this manager will continue doing the right thing. I don't believe this manager ain't going to go back to playing 3 DMs. And that's the problem. We don't have faith in this manager because we see inconsistency in the way that he manages the squad, innit?
Yeah, but no, doesn't it go back to the summer, right? You know, yes, most of these top gooners, whatever, will say it's like an 8, 9, even some of them like calling it a 10 out of 10 window. Okay, cool. But yet these same man, especially the likes of Egal, etc., didn't want Madueke as a clear-cut example, right? With that money, maybe with a little bit more, why didn't we get a Rodrigo? A Rodrigo can play on the left. He could play on the right and do 10 times better than what Madueke was doing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, the point I'm making is we're always like 1 or 2 players short still. And we hardly sold anyone. We just loaned out a few, man. Do you know what I'm saying? So why are we in this situation where we bought like 8+ players, only let a few of them go out on loan because of our ridiculous wage structure, and yet we're still 1 or 2 players short? Because it's mismanagement. This manager won't change. The structure's all wrong still. It's all off. And if we had someone better, yes, Berta, great. But again, for me, personally, an impossible job because we've got tougher games coming up, especially in the Champions League. Like I mentioned, we got Atletico coming up at some point. We play like this, even if we start this team, unless he fully lets the handbrake go, so we're no longer handbrake FC and all of that, they're going to slap us about. They're going to absolutely slap us about. It's no joke.
You know, Nats, the thing is that going back to the Eze Gyökeres situation, we should have bought Eze way before the preseason. Way before. He should have been one of the first signings. As soon as we buy Gyökeres, you buy Eze with him. Then what happens? We start playing him in the preseason. We start creating that bond, that chemistry. You two are gonna be our attacking force this season. You start talking to Eze. You need to show Eze the ropes. Eze needs to connect with Saka, with Martinelli, with Trossard, with Gyökeres. Do you get me? Because he's gonna be. What does the number 10 do? The number 10 is the creative. Obviously, the midfielders create as well, but 70% of what we create is gonna come from your side. You know what I'm saying? That's something we didn't do with Gyökeres. We bought Eze like way after preseason, and then we barely played him, and then we played him. Sorry, we played him left wing. You know what I'm saying, which is not his position. played him left wing, gave him complete different ideas to what he was used to. Told him to hug the touchline, stay there. You saw him when he was running. Arteta was like, back, get back, hug the touchline, stay on the touchline. I'm saying, made him ineffective. This is all just because him protecting his little his Odegaard, just protecting Odegaard, just so Odegaard can come back into play. Because if you watch Eze today and way we played, you understand how much Odegaard cost us this year, last season. How much he cost us. You know what I'm saying? You saw someone that get the ball, tech. He's got tech. He's got ideas. You know what I'm saying? He's more direct. Do you get me? Odegaard is someone that is not as direct, and he's just not the guy. So we kind of wasted 6 games. 6 games, and you man telling us, calm down, it's only the 6th game. Calm down, it's only the 6th game. Well, I'm telling you now, calm down, it's only the 6th game. Don't get happy. Don't say that we're going to win the league. Calm down. You know what I'm saying? Like you told us. That's the thing about Eze and Gyökeres. We should have been, I agree with you, North. We should have been creating a connection between them. Eze, you're my man this season. You're going to lead this team this season going up front. You're going to lead this season in that attacking third. Because we all know that Gyökeres is incapable of being in the link-up. Can't link up. Gyökeres can't link up. Cannot. He doesn't have tech. He can't beat a man.
Yeah.
Maybe pace. Maybe pace he could beat, but most of the time he'll be, the defender will be quite close to him. So I don't think he can do much. So we should have known that Gyökeres can't fit this system. We need to create someone that can create for Gyökeres, just like City do. City don't include Haaland in the build-up. If you see, they don't include Haaland in the build-up.
No.
He makes the run, we'll find you.
We'll find you,
yeah.
That's what
Why is Gyökeres on the left more often than not? And like you were saying, Rashid, like if you're bringing in Eze, yes, we should bring him in like pre-season before the season starts. We bring him after the season starts, and we give him the number 10. We gave this guy the number 10. That should show everyone that he has to be our main man, not Odegaard. He's going to live and die on that Odegaard hill, that Havertz hill, now the Madueke hill, although he's out at the moment. But irrespective of that, like, continuity in a way is king. Because if you don't have continuity, not just in defense, but attack, you're not going to win shit. It's not going to work, long-term or short-term. And the club only now are just starting to realize that. But my thing is, it's too late. Bringing Berta in when you did, that should have happened years ago. With the games we got coming up, right? I'm concerned because all these other teams, the Palaces, the Brentfords, the Brightons, was it King? Your side lost to, was it Brentford yesterday? If we keep playing this
Brentford,
of stale crap, right? It's not a guarantee that we're going to beat them. And I don't believe in guarantees, period. Play the right team, but also play the right way. Play to the players' strengths. It's as simple as that. You can't do it any other way. And this manager is so stubborn, so narcissistic, so arrogant that he thinks he can win his own way. And he can't. And he's going to find out the toughest way this season. Best believe that. When it all falls down, Kanye West, Celine Johnson settings. Do you know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. So, like, it is what it is.
People think that it's something like we're against Odegaard or we don't hate any player, bro. We don't know them personally, neither do you. Do you know what I'm saying? Nobody knows these players, bro. They don't know you, they don't know them. They are employees of this club. Treat them like that, please. You hear me? Treat them like that. Now we see in, year out, or last season, that Odegaard cannot do the number 10 role while defending, right? We can't. Absolutely can't. Today, what I liked about today, there you go, there's a positive. What I liked about today is that we had two double pivots, and the number 10 was kind of like, Eze didn't really defend. He didn't have to defend a lot today. So his defensive duties were taken away. We want you ready as soon as we get the ball. We want you to be ready. You're the first person to make yourself available. You get me? But the problem is that we're learning it now, so it's gonna probably be bang in like, let's say 10 games, 12 games. But from now to then, who knows what's gonna happen? Maybe it'll be too late. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it'll be too late. It's something that we should have thought of way before. But if you want that 10 to be creative, bro, like Eze, yeah, you need to take away his defensive duties. And today, Arteta did that, bro. Arteta actually put out a good team today. I just don't agree with the left wing. I just believe that we should put Saka there. Do you know what I'm saying? I believe that we should put Saka there and put Ethan on the right wing. If he's injured, then just put Dalman, bro. Put Martinelli. I don't care. Put someone on the right wing and let Saka cook on that left wing. You hear me? Because we have certain players we can create, bro. Eze can do that job. Do you get me? You just need to put around in the players that you can. Because if you're relying on Gyökeres to actually link up or him to create, that's not gonna happen, man. You need to understand that Gyökeres is like Haaland. You don't include him in the build-up. That's what you need. So from now on, we need to see this Gyökeres 100%, bro. Enrique 100%. Either Ethan or him. Ethan maybe because he's 18 and whatnot, but just give it to them two. Battle it out. May the best man win. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Put Eze in that number 10. Eze's injured. Calm. We got Ethan. Odegaard's the third choice for number 10. Odegaard, third choice. I know Dalman is young and whatnot, but my bro, I'm sorry. When it comes to football, nobody's young. Nobody's young, bro. I can show you my little cousin. He's 16 years old. He'll dribble past anybody, bro. Anybody in this team will dribble past. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. What are we doing here? 16 years old. Don't matter, bro. 16 years old, he's a man. There's people shotting out there that are 16. Let's not do this, please. Okay? We need to. I don't want to hear about it no more. We need.
If you're old enough, you're good enough.
We need creativity in that midfield.
That's what I always say, bro. That's what I always say. If you're old enough, you're good enough, bro. That's it. That's it, bro. That's it. So, like when people say, "Oh, bro,
1 in a million," why isn't it 2 in a million? You get me? Why isn't it 2 in a million, bro? It's about time, bro. Give us some creativity in that midfield, bro. That's what we want to see. Get me?
No, I hear it. Listen, let's get half volley in the conversation. Big up, bro.
Yo, big up.
You know what I'm
big
saying?
Up North,
always
man.
enjoy
Well,
you
well.
jumping on because I know you always slightly have a different perspective to us. So, what's your thoughts of today, bro?
Yeah, now big up North, big up the panel. Obviously, yeah, I saw you lot having a conversation. I don't look after that performance. Yeah, I don't know how any Arsenal fan can have any complaints. That was a solid performance against an extremely difficult team in a difficult ground that historically we've always had problems. Way before Arteta. Before Arteta. We used to go to Newcastle, be 4-0 up and draw 4-4. So this is going back in history, right? And you've seen that performance. And for me, this game proves why Arsenal are going to find it extremely difficult to win the Premier League, because that penalty should have stood. That was pure fuckery, right? Let's call it out when we see it. That should have been a penalty. It was not a clear and obvious error. It should have stood. If it was the other way around, that penalty would have stood, right? So these are the factors that Arsenal are fighting against. We know that a majority of PGMOL and the Northern are all from up north, right? That's what a lot of fans don't see. The makeup of the refereeing body in England is largely from the north of England, right? And they favor northern teams. And it's been happening for years, right? So we've had a penalty. That keeper probably should have been sent off. We should have played against 10 men. I don't know the rules these days. I get confused. I struggle to keep up. But as far as I know, that should have been a penalty. It should have stood. There's no guarantee that we would have scored that penalty, but we were playing good enough to score. Trossard struck the post, I think, a couple of minutes later. We're all over Newcastle, right? So for me, I'm looking at that performance. I'm looking at that result, and I'm listening to you guys. I'm thinking, God, can you guys not be happy for once? Do you know what I mean?
Okay, can I say something to what you just said? First of all, just because I'm not smiling doesn't mean I'm not happy. Second of all, Just because I'm not saying everything is amazing doesn't mean I'm not happy with the result. Third of all, I've kept on saying that the first 35 minutes we were the dominant team, which we were. When we got a goal, when we conceded a goal, the performance dipped. And I wanted it to continue the way that we were dominating. Like you said, Trossard hitting the post, Eze providing chances for Gyökeres. Gyökeres getting into the box and getting opportunities that a couple of them he should have buried. I actually was very happy with how we started. I was very happy with the intent. I've been asking for this manager to start games the way we intend to end them, which is to go out there and win and get the 3 points. Now, with all that being said, and all the praise I can give for the way we played for 35 minutes, it's not moaning to also look at things with a critical eye and also say there were certain things I'd like to be improved upon, i.e., even though we were great in open play, we still depended on set pieces to score and get us over the line. We've been playing for set pieces and scoring and winning games by set pieces for the last year or two, and it's not led to any major honors. I'd like to see this team play the way we played for 35 minutes for 90 minutes. I think when this manager's overhauled his whole team, has been able to go out there, break transfer records and bring players like Gyökeres and Eze that we were calling for last season, I should be seeing better football overall. This approach of playing for set pieces is exactly why we dropped points against Liverpool and Man City. I don't think that that's unfair. Two things can be true. You can be happy with the result, which we are. We can be happy at the fact that we went into this game, Liverpool dropping points. Yeah, I'm saying Man United dropping points, Chelsea dropping points. And normally last season, how did we buckle? We buckled when Liverpool gave us an opportunity, drop points, and we didn't capitalize. So I'm happy that we capitalized today. I'm happy about that. What I'm saying is, you can't consistently play for set pieces, and this manager's given himself enough rope to prove that. So I'd like us to be better in open play. What we've seen is Eze is way more effective in the number 10 than Odegaard. So play him consistently in the 10. There's no surprise that Eze scored a goal against Port Vale. He played in the 10. Eze, even when you play him on the left, even though I still think he's more effective as a 10, he got an assist against Forest. This guy's been moved all over the place. Gyökeres, this is a striker that we called for. This is what I want to see on a consistent basis. I'm happy with the performance, but the things that are positive, the way we started the game, playing Gyökeres, allowing Gyökeres to find, allowing Eze to find Gyökeres, the way we pressed, the runs that we made by Trossard finding space. Are we going to consistently do that? Because I've seen Dauman come from pre-season, as an example, being arguably our best player and not get any minutes today in a game that I actually think he would have offered a lot. Even if he didn't start, bring him on for at least 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Do you know what I mean? So the things that I like about Arteta, when he does get things right, I question if he can do it on a consistent basis because he doesn't stick to the positive things on a consistent basis. So that is why I don't want to go back to a defensive midfield. So that's all I'm saying. The win, great win. In terms of the pressure was on, and we rose to the occasion that we had to get 3 points today, and we had to make it count. The fact that our rivals dropped points, I like the way we started off the game, but at the same time, we are too reliant on set pieces, and we do drop off. We do struggle to see this team perform for 90 minutes, and it doesn't mean I want the team to has to necessarily attack for 90 minutes, but at least attack for 70, 80 minutes, and then you can shut up shop. Then you can say, okay, well, we've got the lead, cool. The way we played in that second half, the way we came out after that goal, I'm sorry, bro. There was crosses that weren't finding their man. We was aimlessly passing, losing the ball, putting ourselves under pressure sometimes where we didn't need to, even though Newcastle didn't offer much. Against better opposition, we will get crucified for those kind of performances and that drop-off. I've seen this season, and before I end it and I'll let you have your say, I've seen this manager let us go up 1-0 time and time again and then defend and sit back. We didn't necessarily sit back, but there was no quality in the way that we were playing. The intensity dropped off. There's nothing wrong in saying that. And I think the biggest problem on the internet is as soon as you praise something, if you have any type of constructive criticism, you're negative. It's like, I'm not negative. I'm happy about the result today. This match reaction, I have not flipped out one time. So I'm not angry, but I'm just saying there's things that can be improved because I'm yet to be proven wrong. Every time I say we haven't had a 10 out of 10 window in previous years, you can't play for set pieces, the approach is too defensive, this manager runs out of tactics, I've been proven right. So what I'm saying is I want this manager to improve. I want this manager to consistently make the right decisions. I don't like the approach we had against Liverpool. I don't like the approach we had against Man City. Today, there was much more improved, but there's still room for improvement. And these things, the chemistry between Eze and Gyökeres should have been established in pre-season. But now we're doing it now. And that's why it looks a bit disjointed at times. So that's all I'm saying. Continue, take away the good from this game and continue it on to the next game. I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that.
Yeah, no. Look, North, I don't disagree with you at all, because that's an honest assessment you've just gave. Yeah, it's constructive what you've just said, and it's hard to disagree with. I do agree, though, when we win games, there's a tendency to gloss over some of the imperfections in the game and some of the things we did wrong. So I don't disagree with you. I think, for me, what sometimes you have to take a step back and look at the game in its entirety, right? And understand that football sometimes is a huge psychological element of football. You know, when that penalty got turned over by VAR, right? Yes, we did dip. There was a dip in the game which shouldn't have happened. You know, so you get that dip, and all of a sudden Newcastle scored, and then we became a bit disjointed. But then we mobilized and we came back again. I think people need to appreciate that going to Newcastle is an extremely tough game, right? We historically, like I said, we've always had problems there. So I don't disagree with you to say there are bits of the game that you can look at and say, you know what, that's not quite right, especially for a team that's vying to win the Premier League. We need to be almost flawless. What I'm here to point out is that we almost have to be perfect to win this Premier League, by the fact that we're up against a refereeing body who does not give us the benefit of the doubt like they do to other teams, right? We're playing against teams that get special dispensation to commit certain fouls and do certain things, and they get away with it. And then added to the fact that we've got some, we've got some new players in key position. Eze is new, Gyökeres is new. It takes time for things to gel, right? So when all those factors are added together, sometimes you get issues like that where you get dips in performances. You don't get a full 90 minutes of top performance, right? But overall, I think I can comfortably say, you know what, that's a decent performance. We move on.
But here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. It's just like when we have these performances that every team will have at least once this season, right? You also got to bear in mind, like, we're still technically in September, so it's still kind of the start of the season. When it gets to crunch time, March, April, May, when we really need a win and things don't go our way, refereeing decisions, whatever, right? You know, the opposition want to play dirty. It is what it is. Are we still going to do enough to get over the line to find a way during them periods where previously we've always felt short?
But that's yet to be seen. That's yet to be seen. You can't project what happens previously to this season. We've got a totally complete outfit. We brought in players who bring a different facet to the game that we play. We've got Eze, we've got Gyökeres, who's an out-and-out striker. I thought he worked his socks off today and actually should have had a goal, right? In the past, we wouldn't have had a striker who committed a keeper to the extent that we get a penalty, right? So things have changed. You cannot project your previous views to what might happen in March and May. I think it's a completely different season. So enjoy the journey, look at things from a perspective and say, you know what? I might get surprised, because the makeup of the team is completely different. I don't have an issue with people who are steadfast in their belief that Arteta is done and he needs to leave. That's your prerogative. But you cannot make a compelling argument, look at this team and say, I know what's going to happen in March. You can't, because it's a completely different.
Why not? We've seen it for the past 5-6 years.
No, you haven't. We haven't had a number 10 like Eze. We haven't had a number.
Yeah, we did. Odegaard. Odegaard was number 10.
The same place. It doesn't matter. This manager has shown time and time again, whoever he picks, that we always fall short. So, if, let's say for argument's sake, you're right, things do change, we get better, and when it comes to crunch time, and then we get to a point where we've won, let's say, a couple of trophies, we won the League Cup and the league. Cool. Fair enough. I will be the first to hold my hands up and be like, you know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. You've got over the line, because we need trophies. We've been starved of trophies.
Okay, but do you want to?
Hang on. Let me land. But if I'm right and others that align with the kind of shit that I'm saying, and we fall short again, when he doesn't play the likes of Eze and Gyökeres as an example consistently, or even if he does and we still fall short, then what? I think that's fair. I don't think that's uncalled for.
You're talking about half Ollie. I think you're talking about we've got a different team from what we had. So let's compare to this season. This season we had Dauman, that was our best player in pre-season, barely gets a game. This season the manager has continuously played Martinelli in most of the games as a left winger. He's also played Trossard, the player that we tried to get rid of, as a left winger. These are issues that he should have learned from last season, since he's got a completely different squad. This season, he's continued to use Ethan sparingly, even when he's playing a DM in the number 10. He doesn't have to do that, but he did that last season when Odegaard got injured. What did he do? Oh, we're going to play Trossard in the 10. We're going to play DM in the 10. We're going to do everything else, and then we'll play Ethan in the 10. You got a striker. You want him to be doing all this dropping in deep and linking up play. You've got a number 10 in Eze. You just said we got a different number 10. Why doesn't this manager, how come he didn't recognize from the start of the season that Eze is a number 10? No, you want to play him on the left. You want to be doing this versatility like you did with Havertz in the midfield, like you want to do with Partey at right back. He's been doing this stuff, Zinchenko at left back. So we're looking at this season. Let's just forget all of that. I'm going to say from when he's got this squad, you're still putting up week in, week out, majority of the time, the wrong lineup. Players that are informed that deserve minutes get few minutes, don't start games. You're still having a defensive approach that you had last season, but even worse this season, because at times you're playing 3 DMs when you have the number 10 that you want, number 10 that I want, that Rashid, that Natstar, that King. I said, yo, that's an upgrade. So even when you say that we've got a different squad, the mentality is still the same. Playing Calafiori as a left back, I've been telling, man, that this guy is a liability. This manager wants to continue with him. He's been a liability. The goal that we conceded against Man City, where was he? Oh, he was up front with the winger, with the left winger. Why? Because positionally he's shocking. So these are the issues that I'm telling you. We've got a different team, yet this manager, on majority of the time, does the wrong lineup, the wrong game plan, and gives the wrong players the minutes than other players that actually been playing well and deserve minutes. Yeah, and even if people want to go with the Dauman shouldn't be starting games, well, if you're not going to be giving him at least 30 minutes plus, put him out on loan or send him back to the under 21s, because then he's not developing. Players need real game time, and if you're not going to give it to him, then don't bring him to the squad. Because when he was in the team in preseason, he was performing really well. He performed well against Newcastle. So you can go with the whole, we've got a different squad, but look at the way that we have been performing. Before this game, we had 2 games where we played 3 DMs in the midfield. Liverpool, Man City, we had 1 point out of 6. Is that a manager that's changed? Is that a manager that realizes why we flopped the league last season? 14 draws, 14 draws. So if you don't realize that, if you want to keep playing for the draw, that's why we lost the league last season. And like you said, we've got a different squad. We've got Ethan come through now. We've got Dauman that's come through now. We've got Gyökeres, we've got Zubamendi, we've got Eze, we've got Madueke. Some people like Madueke. Why are we getting the same approach to certain games that we weren't convinced last season when we've got better profile players? That is where we question him. That is where we say, well, hold on. You said it would be different because now you've got your striker and your number 10. And instead, what you've got journalists asking him, why are you playing handbrake ball? Handbrake ball when we've got Eze. Should we be doing that? When we've got Ethan, we've got flipping Lewis Skelly that can play. He's a midfielder. The manager even agreed that he's a midfielder.
Yeah.
So that guy there can give you more in the midfield in the creative aspect than Declan Rice. So make the change if you need to make the change so we can control the midfield. You've got better players at your disposal, but you're still making the same kind of cowardly, scared approach of not going into games on a consistent basis. Because today we did on a consistent basis to go and win it. And we can't sit here and say, why are we playing like this with the players that we've got? Oh, but look at what did your manager say? Oh, but look at what it worked against Athletic Bilbao. Respectfully, do Athletic Bilbao spend the money that we do? Was Athletic Bilbao favourites going into that game? So who's going to win that game regardless? Did it work against Liverpool? Did it work against Man City? No, it didn't. So that is why we're criticizing him, bro, because he's got better players and the approach is still wrong. The mentality is wrong and the setup is wrong on a consistent basis, bro. I don't think it's hard to understand that, bro. It's not about it's all different. We're seeing the same deficiencies from last season within the way that he's setting us up, bro. And I think that's completely fair to say about this manager.
Yeah, look, I respectfully disagree. I don't think we're seeing the same deficiencies like we saw in the past, because as I said, the structural makeup of the squad is very different. And we've had a quite a tough start to the season where we needed different solutions. Now, do I think Arteta is infallible and hasn't made mistakes? Of course he has. Of course he's made some mistakes. Every manager does. If you listen to Liverpool fans yesterday, they were absolutely hammering Slot for playing words on the left wing. If you close your eyes, right, guys, if you close your eyes and you listen to the complaints from a lot of football fans, the issues we complain about is similar across all clubs. Manager picks the wrong team, his team selection is poor, his game management is poor, I don't like the subs. These issues are not unique to Arsenal Football Club, right? And Arteta is no different. What I'm trying to say to you is you're completely mistaken if you're using what's happened in the past to project what might happen in March and April. Because for me, it's telling me that you want to be right rather than you want to see us win, right?
What's your projection based on? Because we ain't won nothing to back this guy. So what's your projection based on?
No, I'm not projecting anything. What I'm looking at is a squad that's completely different. The manager now, this squad is probably the best squad we've had for almost 2 decades. We've got depth, we've got options, we've got young players, we've got everything, right? And the manager is trying to mold it into a coherent unit that can win games. In doing that, he's going to make mistakes. That's what, as football fans, we have to accept.
Is this not a season that we must win, though, bro? Is this not a season? Because it's been 6 years now. Yeah? Is this not a season? Because whether you're Arteta in or Arteta out, universally with Arsenal fans, everybody said this is the season you must win. So when it's the season that you must win and you've had 6 years to figure it out and you've had £1 billion and you've had been able to get out the players you don't want, you've had control over this squad building to the highest order of everything that the people that want to give him a chance wanted. He's had everything. Is it not? Why is it that we can't look at you in a season that we must win and say it's not convincing that the season started and we're still looking at you, but why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? You're saying that it's the same situation with other teams. The problem is Slot ain't been there 6 years with no trophy. Maresca ain't been at Chelsea 6 years with no trophy.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Pep ain't been there 6 years with no trophy. That is the difference. The difference is those clubs haven't been doing a project as long as we have with nothing to show for it. That is the difference. Of course, all fan bases are gonna be upset with the manager. And sometimes, even if we got a manager that I want, let's say we got flipping Conte, there's going to be games I'm going to criticize Conte. Why? Because some games I'm going to be like, why did you do that? I didn't understand that. It's normal. The difference is our project, the reason why we're so critical in our project is because it's 21 years, no major honor. And if we just do Arteta's reign, 6 years, no major honor. And the last time I checked, I had this standard for Wenger, and Wenger was losing Nasri and all his top players every year, bro. And we're still comfortably getting top 4, and we wasn't spending $1 billion. So if he was able to get top 4 comfortably without spending $1 billion and losing his best player, this manager ain't lost his best player. Gabriel signed a new contract, Saliba signed a new contract, and Saka's more than likely to sign a new contract, bro. So when you keep in all your best players and you're giving me less than not Unai, but the manager before you was getting, and we wanted him out, why am I giving you excuses? Because surely Wenger should have been given more time then by that logic, because he was actually not given the money and he was losing his best player. This manager's not got any of that, but I can't at least be getting FA Cups. At least at the bare minimum. Come on, bro.
Yeah, so North, give me context here. When you say we must win, right? Are you saying we have to win the league, the Champions League, or do you think we're good enough to at least win a domestic cup and push the other 2 major trophies all the way? I need some context because
so for me, Arteta must either win Champions League or the Premier League to keep his job. If he wins one or the other, I'll give him another 2 years. If he wins FA Cup, Carabao Cup, sorry, I'll take the trophy, I'll celebrate the trophy, but you're fired. Just like how Spurs did with Ange when he won the Europa. Thank you for the Europa, goodbye. Overall, it's not been good enough. And it's because of the time you've been given and the money you've been given. I can't sit here after seeing Wenger less money, less time, be able to go out there and get me FA Cups. And then I'm seeing this manager, £1 billion, and all I can see is an FA Cup. I'm sorry, that doesn't make sense to me.
But let's be honest though. The competitive landscape when Wenger was around is completely different to what it is now. Right? I'm not making excuses. I'm just trying to get some context for you. Arsenal Football Club was founded 138 years ago. We have 13 league titles. That's one league title every 10 years, right? So in terms, if you average it out, we're well below the average now. Now, does Arteta not need to be held to a high standard? Of course he does, right? But what I always say to fans is, understand where we were 6 years ago to where we were now, to the extent where fans get disgusted when we draw home to Man City, right? For me, Premier League and Champions, only one trophy is handed out at the end of the season. I think the squad as it is now is good enough to win a domestic trophy. That's the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. I think Arteta needs to push for it. And if he wins it, in my mind, he deserves at least another season on the basis that he pushes all the way in the Premier League and the Champions League. I don't think there's any guarantee that would win the Premier League, let alone the Champions League, a European trophy we've never won for, in our history, right? So I think it's a bit unfair to hold Arteta to that standard and say, you must win the Champions League when we've never won, a major European trophy in our history, say for the first cup and the Cup Winners' Cup, a couple of decades ago. Do you get what I'm saying?
Half volley. Let me ask.
I never said that you have to do that. So then use our heritage to win a Prem then, innit? Because I've always said this when people say, oh, but we don't have any European heritage. That's fine. That's fine. Go win me the Prem then. Go win, because we got the heritage. We spend the money to be able to win it. So go win it. And if I agree with you, I do actually agree on one point that you said, that this team is good enough to win a trophy. I think all of us have said this. That is why we're solely looking at the manager. Yeah. Because we're looking at you. This team is good enough to win a trophy, bro. We're looking at you. You're holding us back. Do you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it's not a different landscape. This fan base love excuses. When it was Wenger, when it was the last 10 years of Wenger, oh, we're paying off a stadium. Then it was, oh, we can't compete with the money from Chelsea. Then it was, oh, but they got Fergie. Fergie robbed Van Persie. He's a snake. Then it was, oh, but Man City got all your money. Oh, but we can't compete. Oh, you can't beat Pep, though. The Centurions, you can't compete. Then it was, oh, but how long did it take Slot? Give him time. No. Arsenal fans are they're too used to the comfortable excuse. There's always going to be a team that you're going to have to go toe-to-toe with and go over the line. We used to do it back in the day with Man United. You know what I'm saying? And that was a team that was dominating in the Prem and getting to Champions League finals and winning Champions League finals. So it's not different. The monster that we faced in Man City was the monster that we faced with Man United. What's the difference? There's always a comfortable excuse. If that's the excuse, the year that Leicester won it, there should be no excuse, and it should be, and this fan base should hold this club accountable for the fact that Leicester won the league when all of our rivals were weak. Everybody was weak. And what did I hear? Excuses. Oh, yeah, but you never know. But we're in a rebuild. No, we could have went in January and got the players that we needed to. But this club just, it doesn't matter. Well, Leicester won it. No, why didn't you hold that standard then? Because then you can't tell me about Liverpool were great, City were great, Chelsea were great, Man United were great. So why didn't we win it? Do you know why? Because people look for excuses. There's no excuses. We don't tell me about where we were, because that wasn't the standard of this football club. Where we were is because of the majority of this fan base turning into people that accept failure. We're a big club. We're a massive club in England. Yeah, we should have never been in that situation of finishing fifth, of flipping 21 years without a major honor. I don't change my standard because a manager can't uphold the standard of my football club. You come to this club, you have to get to the standard of the football club. When you're a manager of Real Madrid, you meet the standard or you're gone. At Arsenal, you'll come in as a novice and we'll lower the standard because you ain't got no CV. What? This is my football club, bro. Why am I lowering my standard for? If you're not good enough for the job, get the fuck out. Why am I dropping my standard because you ain't got the credentials? Do you go to a job and then they say, oh, well, you ain't got the CV. We'll give it to you. But you know what? Guess what? Like half your targets we're not going to do because you ain't got the... No, you either get to the standard of the job or you're sacked. Why am I going to lower my club to a standard of a novice? Is my club a novice in football terms in England? So why am I changing what I... So, okay, cool. So don't talk to me about invincibles then. Yeah, don't talk to me about Invincibles. Don't talk to me about 13 Premier League titles. Don't talk to me about we're the third biggest club in England, because you lot want to lower the standard to a novice that ain't even done anything. It ain't even a legend of this club. What are we doing here? Don't talk to me about Thierry Henry. Don't talk to me about nothing, because all of that doesn't matter then. Because if you guys ain't gonna hold us to that, don't bring it up when you wanna start talking to rivals about, oh, but Arsenal a big club. Well, we're not then, innit? Because you men are happy with just a cup and keep Arteta. Why didn't we keep Wenger then? It's like, I'm sorry, yeah. Look, half Ollie, I like you. I don't always agree with you, and I like the fact that you come and you have your say, and we can disagree in a respectful thing. Never a disrespect. What upsets me is that people make it seem like we're the ones in the wrong, that we grew up in the 90s or the 80s seeing this club win major honours, and now all of a sudden we're the bad guys because we want to hold our club to that success. But every time I talk to Arsenal fans, yeah, that either wasn't there or were there and want to change the narrative, your happiest moments as an Arsenal fan was of the standards that I'm upholding. Invincibles, winning league double, winning at White Hart Lane. Those are your happiest moments. So why can't we go back to that? None of you tell me the happiest moments is getting second 3 times in a row. Oh, we are with Arteta when we finish 8th and 5th. So why is it so bad to hold those standards? Because every time we drop merch, the biggest merch is always around this club's success. But you man don't want to push for this club's success. You want excuses as to why we weren't going to be successful. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. If it's not about trophies and winning, don't celebrate Tony Adams outside the stadium. Don't celebrate TT. Don't talk about Trophy Hall. Don't talk about the stadium. Don't talk about our history. Don't talk about nothing, innit? Don't talk about Invincible. I don't want to hear it. Because if you man ain't going to uphold that standard, yeah, you only want to do it when it suits you. You don't want to uphold it when we're saying this ain't good enough. 6 years. And we're telling a man trying to convince me about FA Cup. Bro, if I started supporting QPR, you could tell me that. That ain't the history of that club. This is the history of our club. Since when, yeah, do we have to back Arteta no matter what? Since when? Since when? Like, there's not better options. Before I shut up, because I'm gonna get a drink and I'm gonna have a cigarette. While you man, yeah, that have the same viewpoint, yeah, we have missed out. Look at the managers that we missed out on, yeah, to trust this. Hansi Flick, Simeone, Ancelotti,
Yeah.
Klopp, Slot, who else? Who else have we missed out on? Xavi Alonso, Zidane. 7 top managers. You're telling me this manager's better? But no, we must give him another year because we can't. Look at the level of managers that I'm talking about. Enrique, another one. Thank you, Enrique. While you're trusting the process, top managers are going and they're winning. Enrique, winner. Slot, winner. Klopp, winner. Ancelotti, winner. All these man winners, bro. Alonso, winner. But we stay here trusting the process. Oh, we'll get the Inzaghi, winner. All these man winners, bro. Why am I trusting in this guy as if there's nobody else out there? Everybody else, Hansi Flick. I said, let's get Hansi Flick before you went to fucking Barca. And these men, no, but I'll give it another chance. Why? Why? Based on what? What have you got to show for your faith in this manager? Nothing. Glasner, look at what Glasner's doing right now. Come on. And you man want to tell me, let's continue with Arteta. He deserves another year. Another year of what? It doesn't make sense anymore. Thank you for building a team that can compete. Thank you, Arteta. I'll always give you props for that. Thank you. You have built a team that can compete. But I'm sorry, you're not the guy to get us over the line to win major honours. You bottle it in big moments. You bottle it in the crunch end of the season. And when it comes to the knockout football, your approach of being an absolute pussy when it goes to going toe-to-toe with European elites is absolutely diabolical. The way you got kicked out of the Champions League against Bayern Munich was a disgrace. The way you lost to PSG with long throw-ins is a disgrace. That is not a manager that I got faith in. I'm sorry, no. It's all great at the start of the season, but when it comes to the crunch end of the season, this guy is limited. He's scared. He's narcissistic, and he wants to stick to whatever he's doing by hook or by crook. Get him out, and let's stop this bullshit about we have to trust in Arteta. We have to trust in Arteta at all stages. Get him the fuck out of my club. And I didn't want to turn it into an angry run, yeah? But I'm sorry. This win today, I'm sorry, bro. This manager ain't just come to my club. It's been 6 years, and I'm not impressed. I'll let the rest of them talk.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask Half Volley a question, a genuine question, yeah? So if we get a new manager at some point, because it will happen, whoever it is, right? Let's say, for argument's sake, we get a Glasner, you know, like a realistic option, you know, so to speak, right? Let's say it's at the end of this season, start of next season, we get Glasner. Are you saying, half volley, that we're going to be in the same position sort of towards the end of, or at the end of next season, like not winning any trophies because we have a change in manager, even though we've changed the squad, had a kind of a massive overhaul in the way this summer?
Okay. See, the question you asked is actually a question I should be posing to you, because I said the manager, for me, deserves some time to get the optimum performance out of this squad, because for me, this is the strongest squad he's had in the 6 years that he's been here. Let's move away from Arteta, right? Forget about Arteta. You want a new manager, right? Because you think Arteta is finished. He's damaged goods. He could not possibly succeed with the squad he's given, and it's time for him to go. Let's just say we agree. A new manager comes in. How long are you giving the new manager? How many years? First of all, how many years contract does the new manager get?
New contract?
Yeah.
I put him on like a 3 year deal.
Okay,
so
let's say three-year contract.
3 year contract. All right, let's go 3 year
contract, £15 million a year. He's on £45 million contract, right? 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And generally, you tend to give managers a slightly more longer contract because you want your best players to know that the manager's here to support whatever it is that the objectives, right? So you can't give a manager a year's contract because all the best players be like, well, why am I signing up to 3 years when a manager's only going to be here for a year? So 3 years, let's just say we go with you. What is the performance target for the first year of the manager? What should he do?
Performance target, well, first and foremost, we need to be playing better football, competing on all fronts. If he doesn't win a trophy in the first season, it's not great, but I would personally give him one more season to win a trophy. So whether that's League Cup, FA Cup, Premier League, Champions League, ideally Premier League and Champions League because they're major trophies. We can all agree on that. So if in the second season he doesn't achieve that, no trophies like he did in the first season, as an example, I'd want him out. I'd be like, okay, you done what you tried to do, didn't quite work, gone. I'm personally not going to do the 4, 5, 6 year project because this is Arsenal Football Club, respectively. Like we're not a Crystal Palace, you know, we're not this club, we're not that club, you know, we're not a building block. We shouldn't be seen as a building block to success. If we're seen as this big club, not just in England, but around the world, we need success ASAP. Now, this manager has been given a lot of time. He's been given a lot of players, especially this season. So if we're just going based off of this season, what you're saying, he should be judged on this season now more than all the other seasons since he's been in. That's fine. I'll go with that. I'll rock with that. So this season, he doesn't win anything. Or better yet, if he just wins the League Cup, you give him another season. Like you mentioned, like if he wins a trophy this season, you give him another season. Okay. So even the season after that, going into next season, he gets another year from winning a League Cup. It could even be just an FA Cup or even a League and FA Cup. How long do we give it till we're like, do you know what? You've had plenty of cracks at trying to win a major trophy, mainly the league title. We've got pretty close to the Champions League, especially last season, going out to PSG, eventual winners, granted. Like, how long is it going to take? Like, how long are we willing to ride on this roller coaster, so to speak? Like, do we give him another 5, 6 years till he wins the league title, Champions League?
Well, this is what I'm saying, though. If you stick to the train of thought of a new manager, you're willing to settle for good football and good tactics, whatever, on the basis that the new manager doesn't win anything this first year, right? So if the new manager plays amazing football, finishes 6th, right, doesn't win anything, you're happy with that. That's what you're saying. So question for me, the question that I would ask you is, why would you settle for something that you're not willing to settle for now?
The only reason why is because with this manager and the way he's been playing, other than one season where we played amazing football, a new manager with the players, especially that we've got now, and especially if he plays great football, I don't see why he can't be given at least a couple of years to win a trophy. Whereas with Arteta, bearing in mind, Arteta won in his first not even full season with a team that wasn't his. I think he only bought a couple of players, Pablo Marie and Cedric. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. So that there shows that you don't even need your own team. Technically, it doesn't take time, but we're here now, damn near 6 years later, into his 7th season, and it's just one FA Cup after a lot of money spent. And let's be real, he has been backed. I'm not even going to go into like the media backing him, but just basically just from the fact that he's bought all of these players, he's got rid of the players that he wanted to get rid of, and it's just one FA Cup in basically 7 seasons, 6 years. But it's not unreasonable for me to say, well, okay, you brought up if the first manager or the new manager, whatever, finishes 6th in his first season, plays great football, but doesn't win anything, fine. I said in the next season, if he doesn't win anything, even if he still plays the way that he plays, great football or better football, either way, because I'm not too fussed if we play like Luis Enrique or primetime Pep, like scintillating football. I just want to see better than what we're playing right now, consistently. Let's be honest. But my thing is still always trophies. But with the new manager, I'm willing to give it a little bit of time, to be fair, considering it will take a little bit of time to get a couple of other players and also get rid of some of the dead wood as well, very importantly. I don't think that's unfair, personally. I don't think that's not right. It's not like, well, 6 years, 7 years down the line, he's not winning a trophy or he's only won one, like Mikel Arteta. And then you can look at it, be like, we play great football. Let's say, for argument's sake, he spent 500 million, maybe close to $1 billion, 6, 7 years down the line, this new manager, whoever he is, right? Then you could be like, okay, well, it's not looking great other than the football, but trophy-wise, we're no better than we are now. That would be the only kind of remedy. But for me, I just don't see us winning a major trophy with this manager, even with a pretty much totally different squad. I just personally don't see it, man. I really don't see it. I don't see
Halfway, what would it take you, in your personal opinion, yeah, as a fan? What would it take you to be like? At what point do you say, you know what, you've taken it as far as you can. This isn't acceptable for my club. We've got to have a change of manager. When you're happy with the squad, and all of us are happy with the squad, we could probably add 1 or 2 more players, but we all agree that this team's good enough to win a trophy.
Yeah.
What at the end of the season, what would it take for you to be like, do you know what? Nah, this isn't good enough. We need a change of manager.
For me, like I said, if Arteta wins the domestic trophy, right, and competes for the Premier League and the Champions League, doesn't have to win it, competes for it, and be there or thereabouts come the end of the season, I'm happy to give him another season. I think the next season, the test is going to be a lot stiffer. For me, Arteta, if he stays for another season, definitely has to win the Champions League or the Premier League to get a stay of execution. That's my opinion. But I find it quite fascinating when I ask fans and you move the conversation on from Arteta and say, let's say hypothetically, we get rid of Arteta, a new manager comes in. A lot of fans, quite bizarrely, are happy to settle for the things that they find distasteful about Arteta. All the complaints that they've got, they're willing to stomach it under a new manager. And what they forget is that when the new manager doesn't succeed, you're suddenly 15, 30 million down the drain because you now have to pay off another manager, bring a new one in. You then get this totting up effect where you're hiring and firing managers. We're not Chelsea, right? We don't have an Abramovich in the past who could just, bankroll us and throw money at it, right? And also, when you look at all the experiments, all the things that fans want to see, hire managers if they're not performing, sack them, get rid of them, it's been all these things that you desire have been played out in a couple of clubs. Man United are a classic example. Solskjaer was meant to be their Arteta. They gave him 2-3 years, right? And he failed miserably. And what did they do? They went and got a proven manager, Mourinho. Didn't quite work out. The highest points total that Mourinho ever got at Man United was 84 points. Fair enough, he won a Europa League. You don't have to be the best team to win a cup, right? That's why I said this season, for me, this team, Arteta should comfortably win a domestic cup. So I don't look at other teams winning cups here and there like Chelsea or win the Conference League and etc. It's a shit competition. I don't give a damn, right? They're now getting exposed in a proper elite competition. So to answer your question, North, for me, Arteta wins the domestic trophy, competes for the Premier League and Champions League. I'm happy to give him a stay of execution for another season. If he doesn't win a major trophy, I'll say, you know what, that's not good enough. We need to, wipe the slate clean and move on. I'm not precious about Arteta, like a lot of die-hard Arteta fans. I'm willing to accept at some point that, you know what, maybe you can't get us over the line and it's time to move on. I'm not steadfast and rigid in my thinking that it must be Arteta or nothing. But when I come on panels and I challenge people who want Arteta out and I ask them, what's your performance target for the new manager? They invariably say the same thing that they hate. And that's what I find the most peculiar. It's like...
Okay, let me just answer that, because first of all, I give every manager 2 years to win something. He did win an FA Cup, so then he had more time to deliver. Let's just say 3 years. Within that 3 years, you didn't win anything, bro, so you have to go. Now a new manager is walking into this club where you can compete. The squad is a lot better. I expect more. I give you the 2 years. If you win something in the first year, great. Second year, you must win. This team is ready to win. So I don't move the goalpost with a manager. I don't move the goalpost. At the end of the day, if you talk about the managers, were Man United wrong to get rid of Ten Hag? Were Man United wrong to get rid of Ollie? Were Chelsea wrong to get rid of Frank? They weren't. Were Liverpool wrong to get rid of Brendan Rodgers? They weren't. When you look at Bayern Munich, you win or you get out. Barcelona got rid of Xavi. They got Hansi Flick. Were they wrong? Look how many trophies they won last season. Real Madrid changed managers. They keep winning. Were they wrong? PSG shifted manager, went to go get Enrique. They won. So there's a correlation with the big squads, with the big teams, getting rid of managers that are underperforming and they win. Of course, you have to pick the right manager. But when you talk about how much this club actually spends, we make more revenue than Liverpool. How come they can identify a good manager? Everyone thought it would take Slot a 3-year, 4-year rebuild. He goes into a team, only gets Chiesa. He's got a bunch of kids that he has to work with as well. He's got a squad. Darwin Núñez, nobody rates. Slobosai at the time wasn't really performing like that. People were asking questions about Gravenberch, and he gets them over the line. When you get the right managerial appointment alongside a club with the spending power of Arsenal, which we are up there with the elite teams in terms of wages and the money that we spend, breaking our transfer record, why should we not have the same expectation? Nobody's saying sack Arteta and go get us flipping Southgate. Of course, you have to be smart in the way that you recruit, the same way you got to be smart in the way you recruit players. But I see Liverpool spending the money that we spend, having near enough round about the same amount of money generated for their club that we generate, and yet I see them winning major honours, no excuses. But with us, we don't want to be a sacking club and this and that. Why? What's it worked for us sticking by these managers and winning nothing? The squad is at a position that you get a winning manager, he has to win. And if he doesn't win, I want him gone. I want him gone within the next 2 years because he has inherited a team that's good enough to compete. And I give him 2 years, the same way I give every manager 2 years, whether I like you or I don't like you. I don't move the goalpost just because I want to believe in the manager. You have to win a major honour at Arsenal. And if you can't, you need to leave. And like you said, you don't need to be the best team in the country to win cups. Crystal Palace isn't the best team in the country. They won a cup. Newcastle isn't the best team in the country. They won a cup. So when I'm seeing my club spend more money than that, why can't I have that expectation? Why can't my club go out there and go get another manager? You're talking about spending 50 million on a player. How much money did we waste on Fabi Vieira or Lokonga or flipping Kivio or Trusty or Carl Hein? This club be wasting money, bro. We've got the money to sack this manager, the 4th highest paid manager in world football. You're telling me Inzaghi wouldn't take that, or Conte wouldn't take that, or Simeone wouldn't take that. Show the ambition. This is the same fan base that didn't expect Mourinho to go to Spurs, or didn't expect Ancelotti to go to Everton. So then show the ambition, because we got the money. These managers are not on the money that we're spending right now. How much is Enrique on? He ain't on flipping 15 million. How much is flipping Hansi Flick on? He ain't on 15 million a year. This is what I'm saying, bro. There's no excuses. We spend money, we've got money, and we have heritage when it comes to the Prem. If a manager comes in, never wins me something in Europe, fine, we don't have the heritage. I want more, but fine, let's go down that narrative. We have Premier League heritage. So why am I not winning the Prem when we're spending big money? Why not? I don't really get it, bro. Like, at the end of the day, this manager's had a lot longer than what most Arteta supporters told us. It took Klopp 4 years. He's now in his 6th year, and you're telling us you would give it another season. You just said, oh, next season he has to win the Prem or the Champs. When you just finished saying, oh, but we don't have any heritage in the Champs. Why? Because you can't run away from expectation. And that is what the people that are behind this manager are seeing this season. The expectation will eventually catch up with you. You can't just keep finishing second. Now that we have expectation, people are talking about, oh, but, maybe it's not good enough. You spend money, we expect a certain level of service. That's how life works, bro. You go to Nobu, or you go to Gaucho, you expect a certain level. You don't expect McDonald's or Burger King level, do you? You paid your money, there's an expectation. Same as football. Your club spend big money, there's an expectation. Every time one of our rivals spend big money, this fan base always want to talk about, oh, but Chelsea, £1 billion, what they got to show for it? What have we got to show for £1 billion? What have we got to show for £1 billion?
Yeah, look, North, I like I said, I always respect your opinion, and you put things into perspective, and it's hard to disagree. I do like the fact that there's certain sections of our fan base who don't want to settle for second best. And I think it's good and that we have that element of the fan base who are willing to hold the manager's feet to the fire and say succeed or get out. And I don't have an issue with it, because if we're all sitting here saying, you know what, it's okay, maybe we might win eventually, then we might not win. So I'm okay with it. But when I look at, I look at Arsenal from where like I said, I take a step back, look at where we were before. And I said a lot of the damage that was done to this club was towards the latter years of Wenger's era. Do you know, Pep actually wanted to come to Arsenal, but Wenger wouldn't leave. So Pep went to City, right? And then when Wenger eventually left, we went and hired Emery, who failed. Okay, I like Emery. Emery did well, but let's be honest. Emery he's not an elite manager. Some people might disagree, but I think where Emery goes wrong is the quality of his recruitment. He has this habit of just, hoarding average players and trying to shoehorn them into a system, and it never works. Arteta comes along, and I think he made some of the same mistakes. We bought some pretty bang average players, and I think that prolonged our ability to compete. And that's where I think Arteta went wrong. People say, well, he won the FA Cup with Emery's team. That's because, like I said, you don't have to be the best team to win cup competitions. But I think in the last 2 or 3 years, Arteta's learned his lesson. The club is now a well-oiled machine. The quality of our recruitment is improved. And also, guys, remember, and I don't want to sound like an arsehole, right? If the new manager comes in and doesn't compete, doesn't at least finish in the top 4 for us to get Champions League money, he's going to get less money to spend, and that's going to impact our ability to attract players. So remember, it's all trade-offs. It's balances and trade-offs. People say Arteta spent £1 billion. That's because half of that money is money that he brought into the club by competing, by getting us back in the Champions League after 6-year absence, etc. So again, all I ask for is just have some perspective, right? Don't look at it and think that, oh, this manager has somehow been blessed with this enormous amount of money. He's done fuck all with it, because that's not the truth. Now, at the end of the day, right, like you said, sorry, I can't remember your name.
Or Nat, either way.
Yeah, big up to you, Nat. You said it. You said we're going to have to move on from Arteta at some point. And I don't disagree with you. That time will happen, right? But I think fans need to have the perspective that there's no silver bullet here. Wenger famously said a couple of years ago, you go down very quickly and you come up slowly, right? You go down quickly and you come up slowly. So that's our come up now. We tumbled down the table. and our come up has been slow. At the end of the day, if Arteta turns out not to be the man to take us forward, I'm okay with it. But I think looking at the evidence that we've got in front of us now, I don't think we can conclusively say that he's failed and we need to get rid of him. I'm happy to give him a bit more time to have a go at this, given the resources that he's got.
I don't know, man. Like I said, I just feel like I just feel like, bro, I don't understand why giving him another year. I think certain things, certain aspects of this Arteta regime has declined. I think the personnel has got better, but the ideas have gone dry. The approach has gone dry. The in-game management has gone dry. I don't think he knows how to consistently get over the line. And like you said, with Wenger, the decline of Wenger, it left us in a mess, and I don't want this guy to leave us in a mess. And what I mean by that is top players leaving. It looks like most of them are signing, but top players leaving. I think when you build a team, you got a certain amount of time with that team before they become disillusioned in the manager and in the club, and they want to go on to other clubs that are going to win. And I think we've had that before in the past with top players leaving, Adebayor, Van Persie, all these other players. And I think when you've got top players at your club, some of them, not all of them, but some of them, they want to win. And I think that I don't want to waste this group of players and the potential that I believe that they have on a manager that's struggling to get me over the line. Do you know what I mean? And that's just how I see it, bro. I can't lie. Like, I don't understand it, for what reason continue with this manager apart from hope. Really, it's all based on hope. It's not based on anything we're seeing on a consistent basis. Like, on a consistent basis, he leaves a lot to be desired. So why continue? 6 years is more than enough. More than enough for you to achieve something. And it's just like, well, there's better managers out there. Why waste time? I don't know. For me, I don't want to waste any more time, bro. I really don't. I'm sick and tired of us, losing out on top managers. And even the way this manager answers questions, like when he was asked in the press conference, Arteta, what's the idea by playing 3 DMs? He gets defensive. He's not somebody that is able to take constructive criticism or change his ways or not be wrong and strong. And that is why I don't think anything ultimately is going to change. Like, today is going to be used as a justification as to why we can play for set pieces. But we all can sit here and say, in the last 2 years of us playing for set pieces, what have we won? Nothing. So that has to be developed. That has to be modified. But he doesn't want to modify it. Because if he did, he'd consistently play Eze in the 10. He would know how to bring Gyökeres into the game. And I just don't think that he does, bro. I just feel like I think he's reached his limit, in my opinion. It's just the fact that he's able to spend enough money to get himself out of sticky situations. For example, Fabio Vieira Lokonga experiment didn't work out. So then he's able to go get the money to go get Declan Rice's and go get Eze's and go get these players. Do you know what I mean? The Havertz experiment, Jesus experiment hasn't worked out, but then we've got the money as a football club to go get Gyökeres. The Marquinhos experiment hasn't worked out, so then you can go get Trossard. Sterling experiment didn't work out, so then you can go get Madueke. You talk about players developing under this manager. A lot of them don't develop under this manager. They either stagnate or they get worse. There's one or two that you can say. You can say Gabriel. You can say even Saka. I feel like a top manager would get even more from Saka. I do rate Saka very highly, but I don't see the development of Odegaard. I don't see the development of Martinelli. He consistently plays him on the left instead of playing him through the middle when we've been calling this out from Unai Emery days. So when you look at the players that develop under him, who's really developing under this guy? Has Calafiori developed under this guy? He's still a liability defensively. Did Zinchenko develop under this guy? Like, let's just keep it honest. Most of the time, he gets a play. You talk about player ID with Unai Emery. A lot of the time, some of these favorites he brought in, as soon as he doesn't want them anymore, he don't develop them. He's on to the next player. Where's the development of Havertz and Jesus been? They're still the same players that they were in their previous club. 14 goals a season. Odegaard, he's got worse. That's why everyone called for Eze. This guy is a favorite. He's a captain. Where's the development been for Odegaard? He came on today. You see the development? You see him go forward? I don't see it. This is what I mean. Like, I don't understand what we're holding on to.
Let's be real. Let's be real, right? Like, we've finished second, like, since the 22-23 season, right? 23-24, we were 2 points off, basically 1 win away from winning the league. And that was basically the Villa game when he decided to put Havertz back in midfield, when he was playing him up front anyway. And it was working. It was working at that time. You know, a lot of it is just fine margins, you know, fine margins and all of that shit. But if you finish in the same position time and time again, you're not progressing, you're stagnating. Your fear is basically, Half Volley, respectfully, that if we drop down the table 6th, because Champions League, to get in there now, you have to finish at least 5th, you know, where before it was 4th. I hear that. Champions League football, you get the money, you know, blah, 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 blah. But when it comes to attracting talent, there have been plenty of examples in the past, you know, for example, with Jose Mourinho when he was at Manchester United, they were playing Europa League and they still brought in Paul Pogba and Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Arguably world-class players.
You pay over the premium. But you pay over the premium. That's the thing.
But we're paying premium now. We've been paying premium for like the Declan Rice, 105 million. We were never that club, bro. We were never that club to spend like over the odds ridiculously on players, whoever they are, whatever we think of them. I like Declan Rice. I think he's a good player. There are people that disagree with me or disagree with you if you think he's amazing, but I hear it. You know, we got Eze now, we got Gyökeres now, but this whole thing of, well, if we finish 6th or below and we're going to struggle to get players in, it depends really and truly on the next manager that we bring in as an example, for argument's sake. Because with the example that I presented with Jose Mourinho, if Jose Mourinho wasn't Manchester United manager at that time, he wouldn't have got a Paul Pogba or a Zlatan or any one of that ilk playing Europa League football. If they brought in a Pochettino, for example, around that time, you know, when he was at Spurs, he wouldn't have got 2 players playing Europa League football. You know, Arteta or just Arsenal, period, the whole board, ownership, whatever, you know, now we've got Berta coming in. We've always been playing over the odds for ages, but we've been in the Champions League for a few years now. So my thing is, you know, what's really changed? And £50 million a year as a manager, okay, cool. But we can pay every single top elite level manager around the world that money. And if it takes a little bit more, then so be it. We still have the money and we'll still be able to attract them players, even if we finish 6th or below. But my thing is, same with North. Couple of years, win us a trophy, ideally a major. If you can't do it, you're gone. You know, there's no moving goalposts. There's no excuses. There's no this. There's no that. No referees. It's the same thing, bro. Like, I just don't personally see, if Arteta persists with doing whatever he's doing now, and yes, he changed the lineup slightly, putting Havertz in the 10. Cool. Is he going to do that for the next game and the next game after that and so on and so forth this season? We all want him to do it. But is he going to do it knowing, especially now, that there's more pressure for him to win than ever before? Because the 22-23 season, even I didn't think we would get that close. I didn't think we would get that close, honestly. But once the expectations are raised, they stay there. They don't, bro. Once expectations are raised, they're raised. Like when people expect more of you, and this is the same in life, people don't drop their expectations for you once they're raised. Once you've raised them or they've raised them for you, either way, it doesn't drop. So my thing is, if he does not the impossible, and there's no guarantees in life, I don't believe that. But let's say he wins the Premier League and/or he wins the Champions League. I know he's getting another year. Will I be disappointed, mad? Not as much as you think. Not as much as you think. You know what I would want? He wins the Champions League and/or wins the Premier League, and Berta and the rest of the board, Josh Kroenke, they sit down at the table. It's like, do you know what? You've been here for 7 seasons. You've won us the Premier League and/or Champions League. Well done, but we're going in a different direction. Ultimately, that's what I want. I don't want it to be like Wenger, where it just all falls apart and we start slipping down the table bit by bit, especially because of the players that we got now, and then we're back to square one. And
you can't argue with success. That's the thing. People talking about us and this manager. We can't argue with success. And that is ultimately the truth. A manager delivers you a major honor. You can't argue that. You have to, even me, I would lift up my hands and say, you know what? Cool. It took longer than what I thought. I didn't think he'll be able to get over the line. But you know what? Big up to Arteta. He's won us a major honor. Do you know what? I apologize. Get another 2 years. You deserve it based on achievement. But it has to be based on achievement. It can't just be based on wishful thinking and not seeing the reality of what we're seeing. And the reality of what we're seeing, we came into the season with more hope because of Berta's recruitment, not because of Arteta's revolutionary tactics and the way that he's able to get us over the line.
Yeah.
It's because Berta's come in, got the players in, which now the fans have had to look at the squad and say, well, we can't run the same excuses that we had in the past. Players are there now. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not because we're looking at this guy thinking, oh, he's amazing the way that we played. People were complaining about how we played against Athletic Bilbao. It just is what it is with this manager. Like, ultimately, I'm gonna have to wrap up the show, but big up to Half Volley, big up to Real King.
Big up Half Volley as well.
Half Volley, you're always, you know what I mean? Chat, keep it respectful. Big up to the whole chat, you know what I'm saying? It's good. It's good that people come on that have difference of opinion, you know what I mean? And
big up to him.
Yeah, man.
Big up to him, because like obviously not a lot of people, not a lot of, if it's Arteta in us, if it's Amarim in us, a lot of them don't come on the show. A lot of them just, you know what I mean, chat in the chat. You know what I mean? A lot of them just chat in the chat, and then they don't come on camera. You know what I'm saying? They say about we're wrong about certain stuff. Well, why don't you come on the camera and speak and tell us why we are wrong? But obviously, big up to you, Half. Volley to you, because obviously you're someone obviously who still backs Arteta, and obviously you have come on camera to come and speak. You know what I mean? A lot of man won't do that. So you know what I mean? Big up to yourself.
Big up.
It's been very respectful, isn't it? That's all it is. If there's genuine mutual respect, whether we agree or disagree, it doesn't matter. There shouldn't be an issue. Like we've seen this before, like with Wenger in, Wenger out, people fighting. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't want to see that shit. I'm sure you don't want to see that shit, Half Volley.
No.
Do you know what I'm saying?
At the end of the day, we're all Arsenal. We're all Arsenal. At the end of the day, we're Arsenal. We want to see the club win, although we've got different views, right? And as long, like you said, as long as it's respectful and cordial, and the arguments are rooted in honesty and authenticity, that's the main thing for me. As long as it's genuine. I listen to North. One of the reasons I come on the show. I know North is diehard. You probably don't like Arteta for other reasons. That's okay. But you put your arguments forward. And I listen to it. And I think, well, I don't agree with it, but I think it's a constructive way of, conveying your argument, which I can respect. Do you know what I mean? And same with you as well. But I think the issue I find sometimes is just the vitriol and the disdain that people have for our manager, which is not really rooted in real legitimate argument. Like, you listen to some of the arguments, you say to yourself, I've just lost a few brain cells listening to that, because that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But I come on here and you guys, even though you take a different view to me, I can respect your arguments, No,
the same. Like you know what I mean? At the end of the day, like, I think, look, ultimately, I just think the sad thing about YouTube is there's a lot of people that go with the narrative that is most popular for certain personal views, and that is when I go at content creators, when I can see that you're not saying your real opinion, you're going with the masses for personal gain. I think when you speak on your club, anybody should speak honestly, your honest truth, you know what I mean? And whether I agree with you or not, at least be honest. Don't be disingenuous and playing the game. That's when I don't respect the supporter, because like you said, your criticism or your overpraise is not rooted in what you're seeing. It's rooted in other things. Do you know what I'm saying? And that is what I don't. That is when I don't respect certain people, when I can see that. It's just like, at the end of the day, like, for example, Fuad comes on the channel. Yeah, I mean, he loves this manager. It is what it is. Do you know what I'm saying? Hooks comes on. He's a little bit, on the fence. You know what I'm saying? Some things critical, some things, he really likes. But that's his opinion. Whether I disagree or not, that's his true opinion, isn't it? And for that, at least I can give respect to. Some other people, you can see the game that they're running, and for me, I just don't respect it. I don't listen. Me and the guy, he knows I've met him. I've actually met him loads of times. He knows I don't rate his opinion at all. But I know that I've met him, and I think that is truly what he thinks. He truly is delusional, and I've said it to his face. It's authentic. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to this manager, but it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of them ones, bro. And look, Half Volley jumping on the channel, you know, hooks and stuff like that. Other people that, you know, see the channel and realize that, oh, okay, well, I can jump on North. And, you know, when I see that Half Volley, I've never met you before. I didn't know what your opinion's going to be. You jump on the channel, you can say whatever you want. You know what I mean? I don't know what you're going to say. And then you said your opinion. We have a chat. We would agree to disagree. Look, the chat don't even always agree with me. Like I said, it was a penalty, the Gyökeres one. People were saying big up to Jez. People were saying, nah, North, nah, it wasn't a penalty. I'm saying, nah, I think it's a penalty. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is. Even here, like all of us that are like-minded, we don't always agree. And that's what it's about, bro. But I just like authentic people, bro. I don't like people that play games and do all that stuff and are two-faced and all that. That's the bit I don't like about YouTube. There's a lot of people like that. And I just don't rate that. And I'll never get on with them. And I don't want them to get on with me because we can never chill. Like Half Volley, all of us, I can see us being in a pub, having a conversation, having a beer, having a laugh, having a conversation.
Of course.
Too many people are narcissistic, man. Too many people are way too narcissistic. I don't have the time and patience or energy. I have no issues with people disagreeing with me. No problem. Even if you want to be like passionate, it's not always emotional. But for example, a gal, you know, if he wants to raise his voice and all that, he's really into it. That's fine, isn't it? You know, sometimes I do it as well. Like, I'm not going to say I'm perfect or not. Far from it, but keep it in football, keep it respectful, don't make it personal, especially about other people's families, because the thing is with me, are you going to say the same shit on here as you're going to say outside if you see me? That's my question, isn't it? If you're not, don't be talking to me about that shit, because I'm not a small guy, and I'll leave it at that. But yeah, just keep it respectful. We'll have a chat like this here. It's calm, innit? It's calm. Whether I agree, disagree, or you agree, disagree, doesn't matter, man. We're all Arsenal, like you said, Half Volley. That's all it is. Don't take it personal, but don't get personal. And that's it. That's it, man.
That's it, man. That's it. Listen, big up to everyone that's locked in. We're going to redirect to Lee. Northside raid on the way in, and we're out. Love.
Peace.